come in, have a seat, kick back and relax, cause it's that time of the week. How's your day? Was it great? Well, it'll get better with Otalku Cafe. Nostalgia, let the memories bloom. All these stories in my head are gonna make me go boom. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah. Yeah. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah.
Minasan! Watashi no Otaku Cafe Yokozo! Switch it up. See what I did there? I just said, everybody, welcome to our Otaku Cafe. You're probably wondering how we got here. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome again to another Otaku Cafe. This is your normal host, Ethan, speaking, and Matt is on vacation. Matt said he was tired of me and my bullshit, so he left me. But fear not, I have our wonderful Otaku Cafe staff members, Chris, Starman. It's a star-studded show with you gentlemen on. Welcome. How y'all doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great. It's good week, good time. Excited to be here as always.
Yes, sir. What about you, Chris? Ogenki desu ka?
Yeah, I've been doing good. I caught up to everything in like a day, but like I'll probably be able to remember like the important bits.
I just did not catch up on Konosuba because like literally I put Konosuba on and then I was like, okay, I had my pizza up already because I had the DiGiorno pizza, and then son of a bitch, the pizza went off, and then I just have a thing where I don't like watching anime while I eat. I just don't, because I feel like
I did it while I work, so like that's fine.
Did you do that?
I can't do that either.
Do you do that with any shows in general?
Yeah, I'll put on some bullshit on YouTube, or I'll put on some
Hey, what the fuck?
Y'all in these cats, bro.
Yeah,
they have already.
No,
my cat is a rat.
I eat. I typically don't like to eat and watch anime, especially if it's subtitled, because I don't like to eat with my glasses, and I need my glasses to see my subtitles. So if I watch and eat, it has to be a dubbed. And what's been like one of my favorite shit at this current time is watching Delicious in Dungeon when I eat dinner every Thursday. I don't watch it during lunch. I don't watch it in the morning when I get up. I wait till I'm eating dinner and I watch it.
Did you eat normal? Did you eat normal during the bird scene? Because I don't watch Delicious in Dungeon, but I tell you what, I was looking up an anime on X and the bird scene came up from Delicious in Dungeon where that motherfucker got tore the fuck up, or it tore something up. I don't know. I think it was a bird. It like fucked up a human, and I was like,
"Oh, you're talking about the Chimera."
Yeah.
I mean, to answer that, yeah, it doesn't make a bit of difference, dude. If I want to watch it, I'm gonna watch it. And it's at the end of the day, it's like if I'm eating and whatever, it's like whatever I subscribe to. It's like I'm not gonna watch Human Centipede and try to eat. You know, it's like,
oh, I hope not, unless you're a sicko.
Like, yeah, that's not what time it is. I'm not doing that.
All right. But yeah, all right. So different format to the show, guys, since I'm by myself and we have Starman, who typically, as you guys know, he will always prefer dub, and respect to that, I suppose. So
I finally got respect for that.
Yeah, well, I got to be kind. I got to be the kind co-host here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But no, nonetheless, so he always catches up at the end of the season. We rely on him for that. But during the season, it's a little bit of a wish-wash. So we're going to actually go ahead and we're going to talk about a lot of the best shows that he's caught up on first. And then we're going to get to some of the trash later on with me and Chris instead of the opposite. So, and then for me, I won't have hardly any things because Chris watches everything under the sun. And so we'll talk about everything under the sun, plus much more, because Chris watches the most out of all of us. And I don't know how in God's green creation he manages to do it. But props to you, Chris, for always doing
Props.
that.
Even I gotta say props to that. I've always been impressed by just his anime palette. It's always been like, bro.
Oh, it's rich. It
Less is
rich.
more for me.
I mean,
My rule of thumb is less is more. Chris is like, no, more is more.
Because for me, I want to see like what's out there, and like if something's really bad, that's gonna be hilarious to talk shit about. But if it's like something that like this season, I've actually dropped like 5 shows. I dropped the racing anime. Hold on,
One Toyota sponsored.
No,
I looked at it. I wanted to watch it. It was just that CGI looked awful.
Chris, I can tell Chris has FOMO. He has FOMO like a motherfucker. Like fear of missing out. He was like, no, bro, I don't want to miss out. If it's good, I want to be there. I have to see it.
Yeah. I've dropped Remonster, which I couldn't get into. Like I tried to get into it, but the dub is really bad, and it's just the same repetitive slop. Yatagarasu, the Raven. What was the title for this?
Remonster. I was gonna watch that simply off of the strength of it getting a similar dub, but
it's not. It's not good.
I was like, I went on MAL after 3 weeks. Like, let me see what the people are saying about it, and I was like, oh no, I'm not watching this. No one.
Yatagarasu,
Yatagarasu,
the Raven does not choose its master.
Is that good? Like that was on my.
He dropped it, so it tells you a lot. He
dropped it. He's like he dropped it.
It had potential. It was a historical drama. It was like getting more Apothecary without the thing that sold Apothecary.
Ah, gotcha. All right. What else? You got like 2 more you dropped.
I also dropped High Speed at Trois, which was just racing. It didn't really sell me at the 3 episode mark. If it did, I would have kept watching it. And then the last one, what's the last one? Where is it?
These nuts anime. I'm just kidding.
No, I think that was it actually.
So 4. All right.
Yep.
What were my drops this season? All right, so my drops this season were I dropped Bartender Glass of God. Not because
I love that show.
Honestly, bro, I was just like, man, if it wasn't dubbed, and I just want to sit up here and just like this man talking about making these drinks. I was like, bro, I love to drink these drinks. I just wasn't in the mood. So I watched like 2 episodes and I was like, man, you know what? I could take it or leave it. And it has nothing to do with quality story or nothing. I could just take it or leave it. What else did I drop this season? Because there's a lot of stuff I just didn't pick up. I don't even know about dropping. I didn't really drop. Oh, yeah, God's Game we play. I dropped that shit. I dropped that shit so damn fast.
Chris go, what? I love God's Game.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it. It's good. I'm not gonna put it in my top 13.
Yeah, I dropped that.
I enjoy it.
I haven't even started Black Butler, and I'm questioning. I'll probably pick it up at the end of the season. Vampire Dormitory. I'm not gonna say I dropped it, but I dropped it because I'm honestly like, bro, I gotta be in the mood to watch this because it's
so shoujo. It is so shoujo.
It's not good or on.
I was just like, okay, they're doing the Oron thing, right? They're doing this Oron thing.
Yeah.
But the difference between Oron is everybody learned who she was, and it was like, okay, we gotta protect her because now we know what this is going on. And I hated Vampire Night, and I loved Oron. So if you mix them together, it's that's a toss up. Let me see. I paused Train to the End of the World. just because it was like, bro, I just don't have the time right now, and I had to let something go, so I let that go. I never did pick up.
I keep telling Matt, bro. I keep telling Matt, just bro, get stoned out of your gills and watch it.
I told him that. I told him that when I saw the first episode.
But I did his thread the other day. In order to do his thread, I had to like go through the episode and find a screenshot, and I was like, you know what? This give me Zom 100 vibes. Like the animation is gorgeous. I need to go back and pick this up.
The Zom 100 vibe is only for 2 episodes. Like, that's I'm guessing it's because of the zombie episodes. There's much more shit. There's much more shit that happens on than just zombies.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that might be one of my end of season, because typically at the end of the season I'll pick up a show and I'll just run through it at the end, because some shows are just better when you binge them than they are if you watch them week to week. I'm discovering that. But this season I decided to take a cue from what I did at least about 2-3 seasons ago. I think I did the same thing last year when I just picked the season and I was like, you know what? I'm dubbing this shit the fuck out. If y'all dubbing it and the dub is good, I'm sticking with it, because I don't know. I did this last season where I watched everything subtitles. I think I had like 3 dubs last season. So this season I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just watch everything dubbed, because my work schedule changed, my off time schedule changed, and I was like, man, I don't have time to watch as many shows as I typically would. So I was just like, you know what? Let me watch this dubbed. And in some cases you hate it because you get shit spoiled. I had to unfollow all my pages because I'm like, man, y'all gonna spoil some shit. Demon Slayer, I wouldn't dare watch that dubbed. I'm not stupid. I wouldn't dare, bro. It's just like, nah, y'all gonna try me. And I'm not even gonna let y'all try me. Plus, I don't even like the Demon Slayer dub like that. I'm already stuck in how I watched it first time with subtitles, so I'm not gonna switch to the dub because I didn't see the dub first. And that's usually like my rule of thumb. However I watch it first, I'm gonna stick with it. But yeah, I don't know. If I do pick up an anime this season, I'm probably gonna pick up Chilling in Another World with level 2 superpowers. I'm probably gonna pick that one up. And I got my sleeper of the season. My sleeper of the season is my sleeper, man.
Okay.
Seven Prince.
Is it
Unnamed Memory? I feel like you would say you take it or leave it, but I love the fuck out of Unnamed Memory, man.
Unnamed Memory. I haven't watched it. I mean,
I know what I'm saying. That's right now. That's my sleeper, bro.
That's your sleeper. I mean, I like y'all recommendations. Chris low key. He's never given me a recommendation, but he'll champion a show, and I'll hear him champion it, and he'll be the only one watching it. And then I'll watch it and don't even tell nobody I'm watching it. And then I just pop out week 9 and be like, hell yeah, that episode was good. It's like, fuck, you watch this? Or we get to the season finale episode.
You're still riding the Gushing Girl wave. That's why.
And then we're just like, no, I mean, it happens.
Gushing Girls was really good, though.
And I'll find out he's watching it. That happened this season with Elf Bride. Like, I was like, none of y'all talking about Elf Bride. And then Chris like, I watch Elf Bride. I was like, I love Elf Bride. And I was watching that subtitle until they had a dub. And I don't know, I kind of switched. Nephi's cute in either one, so,
Yeah.
I get it. All right, let's go ahead and let me pick up all of Matt's slack since he's on vacation once again. Hope you enjoyed your vacation, buddy. He just got back today. And I am going to give you guys my best impression of news. So not a lot, maybe a few. TBD. We'll find out. We'll start with this one. A smartphone game. Garena Free Fire gets anime projects. Is there a looks like it's just based off a video game, so that'll be cool if you play this game. So there's that. Moving on. Manga. Kuroya.
My charms are wasted on Kuroya Medaka.
Yes, Medaka ni Watashi no Kawaii.
I read this series.
Yes.
Darn. I read this. I read Blue Box, and I'm also reading what's the other one? Chihuahuas.
You're reading Chihuahuas. Yes. Okay.
No. What's it called? Fucking Alia sometimes conveys her feelings in Russian. Those are my 3 recommended romance series that are coming out. That are getting an anime series.
Yeah, the Russian one.
I recommend them highly.
This one has a synopsis. This one says, to say that Mona Kawaii is cute would be an understatement. She is breathtaking in every single way, and she knows it. At school, she's fawned over by boys and girls alike, and she graciously welcomes it all as a natural reaction to her irresistible charm. That is, until she comes across Medaka Kuroya, the boy who is seemingly immune to her overwhelming charisma. She goes out of her way to talk to him and even dials her cuteness up a notch, but no matter what she tries, Mona cannot wipe that scowl off of Kuoiwa's face. Backed into a corner, Mona is forced to use the most devastating weapon in her arsenal, her physical allure. Such drastic measures would leave other boys foaming at their mouths, but Kuroiwa remains unfazed by her attempts. Little does Mona know that the only reason Kuroiwa just barely abstains from succumbing to her charms is because he is training to be a monk and thus trying his best not to be held down by worldly pleasures. As Mona goes all out to entice Kuroiwa, she fails to realize that his unintentional chivalry might just make her fall for him instead. So girl throws himself on her, boy is a prude, and boy struggling with prudeness because girl is so hot and cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds intriguing. Curious. Seems funny. It's a funny one, isn't it, Matt? Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, it's got some comedy.
We got some comedy. All right. Moving on. Manga Kinoko Inu receives TV anime in fall 2024. It's a dog anime, so I'm already into it. There is a synopsis.
Speaking of dog anime, Inukai Song's dog's manga ended. Like
really?
last week. Yeah.
I hope he got her. I hope he fucked her. That'd be nice.
That is the final extra chapter.
Oh, the final extra chapter, he finally gets to fuck her?
Yes.
I hope it's just doggy style.
It's half and half.
Oh no! Oh no! All right, we're moving on from that one. Anyway, the synopsis for Kinoko Inu. A depressed author, a concerned editor, an eccentric mushroom researcher, and a strange pink mushroom that turns into a dog. Put this all together and you get Mushroom Pup. Mushroom Pup tells a heartwarming tale of the power of friendship, a dog's love, and the dangers of dwelling on regrets. With the help of his friends and the mysterious Mushroom Pup, Hotaru Yuyami, a grieving picture book author, slowly begins to move forward after the tragic loss of his beloved dog, Hanako. Full of laughs and warm moments, Mushroom Pup is sure to find a place in your heart. I'm sold. Anything with heartwarming dog anime, I'm sold. Hopefully we can actually see this, and it's not one of those ones you have to go on like Billy or some bullshit, because then that would piss me off. Moving on. This is not important. What's it called? Cafe Terrace gets additional cast revealed, so that's cool. I'm not gonna go into the additional cast, but nonetheless, Cafe Terrace. I know that's a name that I recognize despite not watching the show, so that'll be cool. Moving on. What is this? This is inconsequential. This one is okay. Manga Hanazakari no Kimitachi gets anime.
Hanakimi.
I'm sorry?
Hanakimi for short.
Oh, you know this one, Starman.
It was before Oron became the thing. Everyone who was in Oron was urged to read Hanakimi because it was pretty much like, I guess that was the fad at the time. But if you like Vampire Dormitory, you'll probably like Hanakimi. Not Vampire Dormitory. Yeah, Vampire Dormitory. You'll probably like Hanakimi. It's the same synopsis without the vampires, except it's a little different. It's about a girl who has an idol who idolizes this boy, and he's famous and shit. And basically what she does is she joins his she goes to his high school, which is the all boys high school, and romance ensues, and he thinks she's a boy. So there you go.
And they're roommates according to the synopsis. Mizuki must keep her secret in the classroom, the locker room, and her own bedroom, and her classmates and the school nurse must cope with the new transfer student who may make their question their own orientation. Literally, this is like Vampire Dormitory.
It's like, so now you kind of see Vampire Dormitory. It ain't nothing but Hanakimi. Just they just do vampires. They just do vampire sauce on Hanakimi. It was revolutionary in the sense that they were like one of the first popular anime to really fuck with that trope before it was okay to be gay. You know what I'm saying? Back when it was still considered really taboo in media. You know, it was one of those. They were just like, nah, fuck it, bro. We gonna shoot for this, because that was like Oran. That's why a lot of people. There was a lot of guys who eventually came around to Oran because they were kind of like, man, this is yaoi. I'm not watching this. I don't know what this is. And I think they kind of was like, nah, we're gonna do the girl reveal and stick with that. Whereas I don't think other shows kind of it's like, nah, man, we gonna make you. Nah, we're gonna be really ambiguous about this sexuality. We ain't gonna put people on a certain line and make them cross it. We just gonna let everything be blurred. But I've never read it. But all my homegirls who are like, Starman, you love shoujo manga. You need to read this. You love it. They all swear by it. But me, I couldn't get past my bias to be like, nah, bro, I'm not watching. I'm not reading that. So I never did. But I knew enough about it to know about it.
Duly noted. You gonna watch the show? You gonna watch the show?
Probably not. I'll clap for it though. I'm probably not watching it.
All right. Well, there's one more news that I don't really feel like reading, and it has to do with the Karonasha Manga Awards. They're all in Japanese, and I don't feel like practicing my Japanese right now, especially with no synopses or anything of the sort. Although if I click on them, I'm sure I can find a synopsis. Yeah, I can, but I'm not going to do that because we don't have the time. So nonetheless, if you want to check it out, myanimelist.com/news. If you want to go to the specific article, 710-64575. On that note, so we're going to start off differently. Normally, Matt and I, we will talk about our individuals, but since we have Chris and Starman on, we're going to let them talk about the few shows that they share together. Chris, Starman, take it away with whatever show you want to start with first. There's only 3 apparently, so shouldn't take that long. Go ahead.
We'll kick it off, Chris.
Let's see. I guess we could start with Windbreaker, since it's the easiest. Not really much to talk about than in terms of plot. Starts off with a kid with a boy named Haruka Sakura moving to this new town to enroll in the what's the school's name? Bofurin Academy, so he can be the strongest fighter at that school. Right out of the gate, he gets into a fight protecting this one girl who owns a nearby cafe. The animation's fucking sick.
First episode, sick.
Yeah, and currently we're up to episode 5, and the animation's episode 7, and the fights just are getting better and better.
I'm really enjoying the last fight I saw was when Soyu Hayato, he fought this one guy, and like he was just straight up judo flipping. He was just slapping him all around. Like, yeah, bro. You can't touch me. Like, come on, dude. Like, and he was exposing this school who their fighters, like, they pride themselves on being like the baddest, but he was just like, but y'all whole system is y'all on this loser ranger shit where the stronger looking down on the weak. Y'all are not like uplifting. Y'all are not taking care of nobody. Y'all are not even trying to find people y'all own size and strength. Y'all literally, it's like that classic bully thing, pick up somebody your own size. They're not doing that at all. So, you know, because of that, like Chris was saying, they saved one of their from fearing, they saved one of the students who crossed the line to the wrong side of town. And because they trespassed on the other school's turf, you know, now we got to fight. It's just like, hey, man, now we got to fight. But you know what? Instead of doing this big brawl where everybody fights like Tokyo Majin, it's like, you know what? Let's just get the 5 baddest of each crew, and let's like street game. We just line up and let's go one on. We're gonna have a one-on-one match, like a tournament. So now we have a tournament.
True.
But like you said, the animation is sick. The fights are like blowing me away.
Yeah. Cloverworks is doing a really good job.
Yeah, so I'm anxious to see where this is gonna go, especially you know, Haruka. He's like really hot-headed, you know, standoffish, doesn't really want to make any friends, and everyone's kind of like, dude, like, thank you for helping. You're a hero. He's like, what the fuck? I'm a hero. I just want to be number one. And it's just like, yeah, bro, sure. And then like he does that Asta shit where he's like, yo, I'm gonna be the Wizard King. Yo, I'm gonna be the number one at the school. And at first they were like, bro, we ain't paying you no mind. But then when they see him fight, it's like, holy shit, dude. You're a little rough around the edges, but damn, if you polished up, you probably could be number one. It's like, dude, you've really got the potential to be number one. And it's not one of those things where everyone feels threatened. They more or less respect them for it. It's like, oh, damn, dude, you have a good heart. So yeah, of course, shoot for number one. Like somebody got to take the mantle when it's all said and done.
Naruto. All right, moving on. I guess unless y'all have anything else to talk about surrounding this.
I'm just waiting for Choyu to fight.
Oh, the dude
Choji.
with the stomach medicine.
No, the short boy. From the other school.
From shit. Yeah, the other school.
Yeah. Don't have his name.
Yeah, currently, as of episode 7, it's the semifinals, so to speak. And they're still in the middle of that, so it's not going to be like a one and done.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, the fight's going well. The dude that Sakura has to fight his kicks sound like a fucking bullet, and he's got those fucking wooden sandals.
Man, dude, kick me with some sandals on. Man, hell no. Imagine getting kicked with sandals.
Yeah.
Well,
they have the they're like the platform sandals.
Yeah, imagine getting kicked with some sandals and like they sound like bullets. That's what I'm saying. Like sandals.
Yeah. That's chancleta, bro.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like somebody's abuela just beating them with a wooden shoe.
Hey, it happens in our culture, bro. Chris may not know anything about that, but it happens in our culture quite
I don't.
Yeah. Privileged white man. I'm telling you.
Do you want to do Ranger Reject or
yes, bro. Yeah, GoGo Loser Ranger, as I like to call it, or Ranger Reject. No, bro. This is they took a break. They took a break in the middle of the season, so we had to wait an extra week to get to the latest episode, which is 5. We should be going on 7, but now we're going on 6. But Loser Ranger is like, I really enjoyed the boys' comparisons. Like the comparison to the boys is one of the first things that everyone was saying about it before it came out. And I mean, after it came out, they were comparing it to the boys. And once I started watching, I was like, oh, okay. Foot Soldier D, I thought he died. I really did thought he died at episode 4. So in 5, you find out no, he didn't. He did not. He switched. He switched with Hibiki.
Yeah, Sakurama.
Yeah, Sakurama. He switched with Sakurama, who cut off his own fucking hand in order to get this ploy off the ground, because he's like, you see his backstory and you find out that when the aliens came, they really did destroy his family, and the Rangers did save him. He was saved by Blue. The original Blue saved him. So he grew up, he was raised by Blue, him and his sister.
Well, to be fair, his parents did ask for it.
I mean, no, bro, they were just, I mean, bro, they were just,
they were a part of a cult to worship the aliens.
I mean, yeah, they were in the cult. So, I mean, they're in the cult, bro. Like, yes, parents were in the cult. I don't think they asked for it, just, but when it's kind of like they pray to this, it's kind of like you see the shit in the horror movies, right? The guys, they do the pentagram shit. They summon the demon. The demon comes that they've been worshiping. They summon him, and he's like, thanks for summoning me. Human sacrifice. And everybody got to die. So the alien showed up like, oh, well, thanks for believing in me. Human sacrifice. All y'all got to go. And I'm like, damn. But no, the Blue Ranger saved them. Blue saved them. And the Blue then is not the Blue now. Like, a lot changed, and they saw all the change happen. The twist about his sister, oh my God, that twist at the end of episode 5.
Oh, her being Pink Ranger.
Her being pink. On some, you remember the Blue Ranger from Power Rangers? How he was a boy, but when he transformed, he became tall. He had all his powers.
Oh, for
Pink.
What's her fucking What's Power Rangers Turbo?
Yeah, for Power Rangers Turbo. So Pink, she is paralyzed. But when she transforms, she's a badass. She can walk, she can fight, she can flip. She really, on some Suzaku shit, she wants to change things from the inside because she knows the corrupt. She tells her brother, hey, you're not cut out for this. Like, you're too kind. You need to let this shit go. Little does she know, Ranger D, she looks at her brother like there's something different about you, which is actually, Foot Soldier D. And Foot Soldier D is like, shapeshifted into her brother. And he's like, nah, I you know what? I want to fight. I'm going to fight now. And she could see it in his eyes like, oh, damn, you got some spunk in you. You're rebelling finally, because she didn't want to take it on by herself, but she wants to protect her brother. So she's keeping him close because she knows that, I got to keep my brother close and kind of distant, because if he gets too close, he'll know how corrupt this is. And I know how corrupt it is, but if I relinquish the power to Pink, it'll probably be someone even more corrupt than me. So she has to go along with the bullshit on some Maeve. She feels like Maeve at this point, where she's like, I'm not that corrupt, but it's not a deal breaker. Their corruption is not a deal breaker. I'm not going to arrest. She's like that police who's not going to arrest the other police doing the bullshit, but maybe she'll speak to the news behind their back. We don't really know, but everybody's out to get them, especially Yumiko. Yumiko stole the sword. Yumiko is a rebel. And I think Pink is kind of on that Yumiko has something going on. But no one likes these Rangers, bro. They're assholes. They're really like Chris, you tell me, man, what is your impression of these Rangers?
Well, avoiding spoilers because I've currently caught up to the manga for this. There's a lot of shit going on with the Rangers, specifically Red. Red has major, he's a major piece in this whole why the Rangers are acting this, why the Rangers are like this. Yeah,
bro, the way he killed one of his subordinates,
his junior first class.
He killed his junior first class because his junior first class dared to say, I'm gonna take your job one day. And the dude's like, he's like, oh yeah?
You ain't. You dead.
It's like, oh, well, only the strong can take my job. Let me see how strong you are. Head against the wall, splat, bust his head open. Then he proceeds to eat sushi covered in blood. And I'm like, bro, you sick. You sick. It was a 16 where he's eating sushi covered in blood with the dead body behind him. Y'all ain't gonna clean that up?
It's fine.
It serves as a good reminder.
It's not fine. Blue, I want to know what's up with Blue. He has these scars on his face. So I'm like, damn, dude, where'd you get those scars? I want to know why Green
What do you
has
think?
shark teeth.
The shark teeth are a part of the mask.
Oh, okay. I like the shark teeth.
Yeah. Green is my favorite of the current Dragon Keepers.
Huh? You said current.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, of the yeah.
It's well, from what I've seen in the show so far, it's like you graduate to a certain level. Like you get selected to have that power, and it's not like Zordon or whoever's in charge picks you on some Madoka shit. I want you to be a dragon keeper and save the world. It's like, nah, bro, I'm gonna retire, and Chris. Now that I'm retiring, I want to give you my power, and I give it to you. And I didn't know that you were a pretentious, fucking condescending asshole who just want to go out here and look at everybody like the ants, and I'm gonna just step on the ants. Like, and once I gave you that power, I can't take it back. Because you can find at least 2 Rangers who like, nah, I fuck with you. That's it.
Yeah.
We outnumbered.
What do you think of Foot Soldier XX?
She's hot. She's really cute. She's a cutie patootie. She's crazy as shit. I'm realizing that these foot soldiers are very short-sighted and impatient. They're impatient and short-sighted. He's like, hey, we need to play the long game. We need to get you outside of here first and do all this stuff. She's like, no, why are you talking to her? You need to kill her right now. And he's like, bitch, like, that's not how this shit works. Like, we gotta pace this shit. And she's like, no, she's just banging. And it's like, Pink, you gotta be a fucking idiot. You know somebody's in that damn closet. But it's her brother. Hey, whatever your secrets are, brother, I'm not gonna say anything. But I like Foot Soldier XX. She's the last of her. She's the last of the Foot Soldiers that stood up against the Dragon Keepers. Apparently,
Fix her.
I mean, it's not about fixing her. It's everybody who stood against the Dragon Keepers got annihilated.
No, but you said that she was crazy and fine. So I was like, okay,
she's crazy, but it's like all these foot soldiers.
She just needs to take like 5 chill pills.
Yeah, she wanted to do chill fast. She won't listen to nobody, but you can tell that she'll submit. Like she'll submit, but you gotta know how to make her submit and kind of get her to kind of chill. And Foot Soldier D is just not gonna get that done. But kudos to him, he cuts her head off and puts her in the box because she won't fucking chill. And I'm like, okay,
chill without a head. Yeah. All right. What else we got?
Dungeon.
I watched Dungeon this week. I just finished it.
It was a good episode. We got more character development for
it's
the
Susumi
cat girl. Yeah. Ryo's got denied seeing cat tits.
Yeah, you got to see her naked this week.
Ew.
It's fur. Yeah, you didn't see anything. But,
no.
So Holo's still ruling nakedness of the season, right?
I mean, I seen so much fan service last season. I'm good with like this season. I'm like, bro, it's cool, bro. It's really cool. I don't even need much. It's like I'm good. Even though I get to that later, the new Spice and Wolf has way more fan service than the original. But this is about Delicious and Dungeon. It's Susumi. I think that's her name, the cat girl.
Yeah.
She's a bitch. She's don't rely on anybody. She doesn't trust anybody. She doesn't need anybody. She deep down wants friends and wants to be appreciated and have people to care for her, but at the same time, she's just not like. It's like I'm gonna treat people how I would want people to treat me. So it's like she's not gonna treat you how you treat her, because in her mind, how you treating her is not how she treat you. So you like don't expect me to reply to that shit. Like, but it's like it's like she's being raised more than anybody. Like her and Chilchuck have their beef. this episode, and they kind of have to work together to take down an ice golem, which was pretty dope.
Yeah. And she argues with everyone about eating monster because that shit is not normal.
Yeah, because she doesn't know what show she's on, and that's the whole premise. But you know, since he is really like, look, you need nutrition, you need the food, you need table manners. We're gonna wait for everybody else to get to the table to eat. We're not gonna eat without them. He's giving her manners, like, look, I'm gonna treat you like a real person. He's not gonna baby her. He's treating her like a real person, like a child, pretty much. Laios is fascinated by her, but she learns her lesson this week. A lamb grew from a tree, and it wasn't really a lamb, but it kind of was.
It was bait. It's a plant that's supposed to draw in predators. I don't know if the plant is like dangerous, as in it kills the predators after it draws them in, but
is it like that plant in Konosuba that was cute and killed people after they drew him in?
No, but that was hilarious.
No.
That plant.
That plant was great.
That cussing ass plant. No, bro, because they get chased by these dire wolves, and Cat Girl ends up getting her fucking arm broken because she gets bit.
Because she's an idiot.
Yeah, because Marcel is trying to tell her, hey, we need to slow down. We need to make our decisions carefully. We need to know which direction we're going in. And she's like, no, I'm going to, on some Toucan Sam shit, I'm going to follow my nose. And she fucking gets distracted, follows her nose, climbs up this steep cliff. Direwolf jumps out, gotcha, bitch. Got her arm, breaks her shit, bites her. So, then she has to get, Marcel has to save her with light, and then she kind of stabs it, and she, they get away. But it's like, yeah, you need to listen. Like, we in the dungeon. We know what the fuck we doing. We don't. She was like, well, I'm from the East. And she's like, well, that don't make you better than nobody. Like, the fuck? That last scene was gross as fuck, though, when they actually cut open the plant, and there's a dead baby lamb in it.
That's called veal. No, that's fucking cow. Never mind, I'm stupid.
But no, because they eat lamb chops. They eat lamb chops this episode, and they taste like crap. Because it's fruit. It's not an actual. It's a fruit. It's not an actual lamb. It just looks like a lamb, but it's fruit. I want to try every one of these foods. I think that's probably the food I want to try the most.
Fruit lamb chop?
A lamb that tastes like crab legs. Bro, a lamb that tastes like crab legs. Oh, I am sold. I am sold. Man, I'll eat every one of them monsters. You fucking think I'm playing? I go crazy. I'm talking about because the food looks so good. It's like, no, man, I eat those monsters the fuck up. I even try to eat the dragon. I don't know about eating dragon. I honestly, in real life, I had gator one time. Bro, I don't feel comfortable eating cold-blooded animals. I just kind of feel like, nah, bro, we ain't supposed to eat lizards. Something about lizards just kind of throw me off. I ain't about that life.
What do you think of their new outfits?
They had new outfits.
Yeah, so basically they make it to the area where they fought the dragon originally, back at episode 1. But after the dragon left, the entire area froze over, and they found their leftover stuff, and they had extra clothes. Chochuk was wearing like a black jacket over his normal wear. They all had like winter clothes on.
They did. You know what? I didn't even catch that fact. Since she took his helmet off this episode.
Yeah, that was wild.
He took his helmet off, and it's like, and he looks just how he does in the fan art, which makes me realize the people who drew the fan art just read the manga. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh, it was like, oh, I already know how you look. It's like, oh, this wasn't shocking. Marcel keeps redoing her hair, which that's my favorite thing about her. And she keeps just like changing her hair. But no, so far dungeon Dungeon, I don't know. I like that they added a new party member. They didn't have to, but I'm with it. I think
I'm surprised that we're only getting a new party member this like late in the game.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought we would
crazy.
have gotten like any of the other characters. Like,
Well, they came back. A few of them did come back, and they made a brief couple episode appearances, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I didn't
but
think
they didn't
Warren
stay.
was gonna fit.
I'm surprised they just didn't stay, especially because Shura has his feelings for Fallon. The one dude, I forgot his name, who leads the other party, is interested in like adventuring. So I thought he would have joined along just to like go deeper into the dungeon and not die with his party.
Did you watch the OP or did you skip it?
I watched the OP.
Okay, you noticed they added Cat Girl into the OP.
Yes, that was good.
I was like, oh, they added her in the OP. Okay, I enjoyed that. Ethan did not tell me the OP for A Condition Called Love was actually a pretty dope ass song.
All right, I'm stuck on Kaiju, bro. I'm stuck on Kaiju, Unnamed Memory. What are the OPs? I think of the shit.
Kaiju is like the best OP right now.
Slime.
Like,
Slime always has great openings.
Slime's okay.
Slime.
Reborn as a slime or reincarnated as a slime. It's Grand Radio, I think it is. And usually Slime has great openings. Windbreaker's opening is fucking phenomenal. Girls Like Cries opening. Yeah. Fucking OP at level 2 Isekai has a really cute opening. Fucking poor Riek Kugamiya for being embarrassed the entire time she had to sing that song.
Yeah. Honestly, if I were to rank my openings right now, if just today, my rankings would be Kaiju, Spice and Wolf, Unnamed Memory, Jellyfish. Those are my top 4 OPs for me. You know me, I love my nice slow ballads. You know what I'm saying? So, or I like that like old idol style, and those give it to me. So, anyway, all right. Any others?
Those are the 3 we share.
All right. All right. With that said, let's move on to the ones that the 3 of us are watching. Just a footnote for everybody here. I did not catch up on today's Konosuba, so that is one we will skip. Unfortunately, Chris, sorry for you for that. How was it?
You should watch it afterwards. It was
probably
good.
Will. Yeah, I started. I got like 3 minutes in when he gets kicked out the party, and that was fucking funny. And now I'm at the point where they're about to sneak into the castle with Chris and Kazuma.
They still ain't snuck in that bitch yet. Damn.
How far are you?
The far as I'm got, Chris just got revealed as like the person who's been stealing from these.
The Phantom Thief.
The Phantom Thief. She just got revealed, and Cosmo's like, "No, I'm not listening to your shit because you tell me this story, you're gonna try to rope me into this shit. Yep. No, I'm not listening. I'm not doing it. La 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 la. Get out, get out."
Guess what, Starman? He got roped into this shit. I won't tell you how he got roped into it, but he got fucking roped into it.
It had to happen.
And for my own spoiler, Serious Kazuma is the best Kazuma.
Yeah, I heard he fucking goes off this episode.
He fucking goes off.
Yeah, I'm ready for that to get round to that part. No. Like I said, I'm only up to episode 4, and it's hilarious, dude. This is definitely not disappointing at all. There's nothing that comes close to how funny this shit is.
Right.
And you also didn't see the new Hananoi-kun.
Yeah, I didn't see that bullshit. Not yet. I wouldn't have watched it anyway.
This episode was actually really good, though. Surprisingly.
I'm gonna finish it.
I thought there's an after credits. I thought they were gonna like ruin it with the after credits where he actually kills someone. They didn't. They did more of like basically for this episode they do a bit of backstory for him.
Of why he's a silly.
Where they explain why he's like the way he is.
I mean, it's clear that he's never been loved as a kid enough. Like somebody
Yeah,
must.
yeah, basically.
He was never loved.
Do you want to hear what it is?
Nah. No, we actually can't because Starman's gonna watch it. Starman's gonna. What are you gonna give it? The 3 or 4 episode rule, Star?
Condition.
Yeah.
You know it.
He's gonna give it the 3 or 4. So just in case.
No, because first impression, I got the worst first impression from Guy. I was like, okay, you know what? Me and Ethan says I hate it, so Starman will probably love it. So I was like, all right, bro, it's a rom-com. I'm not really watching any rom-coms this season. I honestly don't think I'm watching any romances. I was like, damn, I don't have any romances.
Memory's a great one. I'm telling you.
Spice and Wolf has nice romance. I mean, it's not a romance.
Is it not romance?
What's not a romance?
Spice and Wolf's not really.
Wolf a romance?
No, not at all.
It's got romantic characteristics, but it's not considered a romance.
No, it's not a romance. That's just about economics. The romantic chemistry really doesn't kick off until the second season, which is going to be in the summer when they do the second curve. That's when you get into like them. That's when the feelings really bud between them. Nah, what's going to happen next is it's all about this. This shit is about Kraft got to make some money. This shit is about economics and making money. Like, yeah, Holo's cute. Holo's cute, and he does like. He's fascinated by her. Right now, I think he's fascinated, somewhat infatuated, because she is the wise wolf and she guarantees she can increase his profits. But his feelings haven't grown. When he develops feelings, because right now he's just tricking off. She was just like, oh, I'm a cute girl. And I like how in this past week's episode, she really charms him into, oh, you're going to buy me the hair for my oil. I'm such a cute girl. She was like, behind him, and then she was like squeezing on his arm, and then she was getting real close to him, and she was just like flirting. She was doing everything she could in her power to make sure that Kraft, I need you to buy me this oil. I need you to buy me this. I need this. I need that. And he's not on his A game when it comes to his job because Holo's somewhat of a distraction. He's trying to take care of her, trying to put her well-being. He's not being as frugal as he would usually be because he's trying to take care of Holo. Because
but to that point though, Holo's helping him make more money because there's been at least 2 instances where Holo got him a bigger bag than what he would have made on his own.
And I'm not gonna say anything because you'll see in the next episode. Because the only change from the original to this one is the person that exposed Holo in the original a couple of weeks ago, it was a girl. In the original, it was a girl from the village who caught the last bit of wheat, she had a theme for Kraft. She had a thing for Kraft, and she wanted to get out into the world to be a merchant, but she was stuck in that village. So she ended up leaving that village and doing some shit so she can like, hey, do this. And on this one, it was different. This time around, they made it his homeboy who he did business with, who ended up like turning his back on him, was just like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna tell the church about Holo and I'm gonna get this money. So it's like, but no. I can't tell you what happened because I don't want to spoil it, but there are consequences because Holo may be wise, but a merchant's job isn't easy in this era. You really got to like know how the world is moving. You could lose it all with one bad.
Well, yeah, because they're going to different countries. They already have different countries or different towns, I should say, have different coins, different economics, values. So you see that off rip already.
Yeah. You're gonna get a chance to see Kraft at his lowest, and you're gonna have to see Holo drive, like, and keep them afloat when he crash and burns. Like that's coming. I'm not gonna say when, but he's gonna crash.
But is it Holo's fault that he crashed, and that's why she has to drive?
I'm not telling you that because I'm not gonna spoil it. But but there, it's a slow burn with their romance. That was the original, question here. Is like. The romance. I wouldn't consider the romance. Don't get me wrong. I love her dancing. I thought that shit was cute. She's cute as fuck. Like I told you, she's already gonna win all my girl awards. If there's a girl award I can give it to her, she's winning it. Like she's winning it. If it's, I don't know. She might not win my waifu because I got a waifu, and I think Chris kind of knows who my waifu is at this point. But only Chris knows. Chris knows who my waifu is at this point. It's not Holo, but I do love Holo. I do think she's best girl, but she's not my waifu right now. But I wouldn't consider romance. So I need to pick up a romance. So Condition to Call Love, first episode, I'm like, damn it, bro. I've been in therapy for too damn long. I can't deal with I can't separate the fiction from reality sometimes because I'm like, bro, this is you toxic in the motherfucker, bro. Like you just gonna cut your hair. You just gonna cut your hair. You just gonna look for this area. Why do you want her to validate you that bad, bro? Why are you just on her dick? Like, bro, I'm sorry.
She don't even want it because she never had a relationship, so she don't know that this is bad. She's just like, oh, he's just him. No.
Like, I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? Is she rebound? Because now I'm questioning if this whole girl is a rebound. Because I'm like, bro, you just broke up with this girl at the damn diner because she wasn't the one. And the very next day, no, the same day, because this girl holds an umbrella over you while it's fucking snowing. Now he's stuck to you like you know how when they say a duck sees his mom for the first time and it becomes imprinted on him. It's just like, bro, now you follow her like a fucking duck. Like, cause she held snow over your shoulders after you broke up with your girlfriend. She didn't dump you, you dumped her. And now she's such this nice girl. You want to sniff her cooch while she at the fucking school? I'm like, come on, bro. The fuck is this? And I'm mad. Oh yeah, we're gonna do the trial run boyfriend shit. I'm like, man, let's go. Trial run boyfriend. I'm gonna try that shit to a girl one day. I'm gonna use that shit as a pickup line.
Can't go and try.
Do you want to go out? I don't know you. She said, well, do you want to get to know me and then we can go out? Just to kind of see if I can pull that shit off. It's like, man, let me pull this shit off.
Bro, I swear to God, if that works, I'm moving up to Georgia doing the same shit.
Bro, I promise if it works, it's not gonna work in Atlanta. That's just not gonna work in Atlanta. Oh no, that's the scam capital of the world right now. Or no. Oh, but I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna give it a 3 episode. I might dive in. It's dub, but I'm not so hungry for the dub. I gotta wait on it. This is one. Once I catch up, I'll probably just watch the subtitle. I'm not gonna wait on this shit.
Give it a 3 and let us know, bro. I'm finishing it. I can't. It's he's too much. He's just too. I hate too much men in anime. I hate it. Niggas be doing the most. I hate that shit.
You mean 7 episodes in and he's still on that shit?
Yeah, bro. Like nobody can get near her. No one. She got. I'll spoil this for you. She got a childhood friend she meet in episode 5 that has to do with a lot of like his backstory. And he's a cool kid. He's not trying to try nothing. He's not salacious. He's not anything. It's just, I just want to talk to you. I want to get to know you. He's oblivious to everything that happened when they were in school. And he's just threatened. She's like, oh, is he causing a problem? But no, he's my childhood friend. I don't like him. Like he's just going off on this dude for no reason. Like there's another dude that you'll see I think it's like episode 3 with the whole kissing bullshit that may or may not happen. That I won't spoil. But he gets mad at the girl that he gets mad at the dude that gave her the idea, despite the fact that he's in a nice, good relationship. He's like, well, I did this. Okay, well, she tried it. And then he got mad that she tried it because she listened to somebody else.
Oh, this man a whole red flag, bro.
Bro, all of them.
This man sounds like a whole red flag.
Bro, all this dude needs to do was just like creep in her house while she's taking a shower and smell her panties. That's it. That's the last thing he needs to do. That's the last thing he needs to do.
But he do that shit. He a hero. Oh my God. You done creeped that one. Bro, you love bomb this bitch, bro. Like, God damn.
No, man, we already have the creep who won in Ichikawa.
Yeah. No, he's not that creepy. He's just school shooter. They're not always creepy. You never know.
Yeah, Ichikawa wasn't really creepy. He was a little bit shy. But I'm looking through my list and I'm like, damn, I haven't picked up any romances.
What honestly, bro, I know you don't fuck with yaoi or yuri anime, but if I'm gonna give you a suggestion, the best one that I've seen, quite frankly, is probably Whisper Me Love Song, bro.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Whisper Me Love Song, bro. It's a yuri, but it's good.
Talking about Write Me a Love Song?
It's called Whisper Me a Love. But
Oh,
yeah,
which memory love song? No. I like Yuri's. I don't watch Yaoi's, but I like Yuri's. I'm sorry, man.
if you gonna pick up a if you're gonna pick up a romance anime, that's probably like the best pure romance. Like I told you before, Unnamed Memory, which we're closing with, has a lot of romantic aspects, despite the fact that the whole overall story has to do with like adventuring and it got magic and shit like that. So take your pick from that standpoint. Do you want pure romance or do you want like adventure that has like
Yeah,
romance as like
pure
a primary?
romance. Because I'll give you an example. Because in Archdemon's Dilemma, How to Love Your Elf Bride, they're a whole couple. Like this is his wife, this is his girlfriend, this is his maid, his
They're not together yet.
I mean, he like Brett. I kind of like you bought it. You spent $1 million on it. That's your girl, bro.
She's his.
Wait, y'all got to go back on that one because y'all didn't talk about that one. That's another one y'all share. I'm not watching. Y'all got to talk about that one.
Well, wait, are you caught up?
I'm not caught up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not caught up. That's why I also didn't bring up. That's why I also didn't bring up Data Live. But I do want to know, how'd you like the backstory for Data Live?
Okay, let's shift to Data Live.
We flip it all over the place today, ladies and gentlemen. So apologies.
That's fine. That's fine,
bro. You got to understand. I've been watching Data Live since like 2012, 2013. I saw The World Only God Knows, and
that's such a good series.
Shit, I really like this show. Are there other shows like this? And it was like, yes, there are. It's called Data Live, and I'm like, I'll watch it. So I've been trying to see what's going on with Shido for a few years now. So, and it was always understood. I was like, how is this his sister? And so when his real sister popped up, I'm like, whoa. I thought she was your sister. Now I'm confused, but I'm sticking with it. I'm not asking no questions. And every time this season last season that he brought up the fact that, hey, I don't have memories. There's a chunk of my life that is gone. I don't remember my childhood. There's a chunk of my childhood that I don't remember. We're like, damn, bro, why don't you remember that shit? So in the last episode, I found out why he don't remember that shit. And I thought it was like, and I was like, wait a minute, she kept aging and she reset him. So now I'm finding out, oh shit, bro, you got reset. You supposed to be an adult, bro. You still a teenager because you died. But
that hard boot didn't go as planned, huh?
Well, no. I mean, he got shot. It's the most.
He got shot, and then his corpse was put into this chick's womb to be reborn.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. He gets shot because the guy's like, yo, give me the spirit. Or I'm gonna kill, or you're never getting your sister back. And he's like, man, fuck my sister. I'm taking the spirit because I don't trust you. So he takes the spirit and he runs. And there's two guys back there with a gun. And I'm like, bro, he's gonna get shot at. I thought he was gonna get shot at. I didn't think he was gonna get shot. And then he running, and then they let you believe he's gonna get away because they're having this whole conversation while they're running. Then it's pow. And it's like, fuck. Then he looks down, you see all the red, and he just lays on the ground, and blood start coming out. And I'm like, oh shit. And then, like all spirits,
they Ricky them
out.
They Ricky
them. Freaks the fuck out, spatial quake, all this shit's done, and you find out Shido. Bro, I wonder why that shit shot up from not being on none of the anime trending lists to landing in the top 5 off of that one episode. And I didn't know why. I was like, okay, how the hell did Data Live just shoot up like that? I thought it was incredibly sweet because I see that he genuinely liked her. He fell for her. He really wanted to be with her. And it must be torture for her to watch him kiss and flirt and harem up all these girls. All these spirits.
That was her plan. So the spirit origin, Mio Takamiya, her whole game was, which they explained last season, was to take these crystals, which are a aspect of her power, shove them into like random girls in order to turn them into spirits, and then kill the girls who are embedded with the spirits, to refine them so that they can be fully processed and refined, so that Cheeto can steal the power, so that she doesn't have to lose him again.
Gotcha.
And
So
then
now
that's why
Kurumi,
she hired Kurumi in order to do that. That's where Kurumi's whole backstory was.
because Kurumi's been trying to, because Kurumi found out about Mio. She's been trying to kill Mio because she was just like, bitch, you make my life hell. You took my best friend from me. On some Madoka shit. On some straight up Madoka shit. Like,
That
when,
was straight up Madoka shit.
no, that's what I'm saying. I was like, yo, the Kurumi story was straight up Madoka shit. And I was like, whoa, this is some Madoka. And no matter how many times I see that trope, it still hurts because it's like, that's still some sleazy ass shit. Someone gives you powers and you're doing all you can to be a superhero. You want to be the greatest hero you can. And then someone real close to you ends up,
Then you realize that, hey, I've been used to kill a bunch of innocent girls.
Yeah. Your best friend was probably that spirit that, your best vanquished. Yeah, that was your best friend. I'm sorry. I've been trying to refine these stones, and your friend just had to refine one. I'm gonna get yours too.
You're going to enjoy the next 2 episodes.
I'm anxious. I'm really anxious because it's getting deeper because it started to get repetitive, but I was sticking around. I did notice how last season they really went heavy with the CGI. The best thing about Data Live watching it is from season 1 to now, you get to see the progression of the fight scenes. They went from hand drawn to being completely CG now, like 2D, 3D 2D, 3D CG. Like, I think that was one of the best things about it is you get to see the evolution of the animation, and it's really cool because, But I'm enjoying this show. Like it's kind of like, damn, if I wasn't so caught up in the dub,
I picked it up. I watched like you. I watched it when it originally came out. I saw the first 2 seasons. I dropped off the anime for like a bit, so I didn't get to see seasons 3 and 4. So like when I saw season 5 was coming out, and then like I realized, oh hey, I'm gonna get some really heavy shit's gonna start happening. I picked it right back up and like binged everything before season 5 started.
Oh man, that must have been, man. I started this in 2013. In 2013, I started watching. I've been watching this shit for a whole solid decade, and the time has flown by. It's like, bro, I've been watching this shit for 10 years, but it's good for the sake of what it is, because it can be cheesy. But
I never expected a sci-fi fantasy romance action series to actually work.
They folded. And that's what I like about the latest episode. They really got deep into the romance. And you got to see all the girls like, wait a minute. Oh, so that's your sister's best friend. It answered a lot of questions without them explaining the answer. You get to see it unfold in the past. The best thing about this show is when you see the backstories. It's one of them shows that the backstories just make the whole thing.
All right. Want to talk about Elf or no?
I'm not caught up on Elf. The last episode I saw about Elf Bride was when Neffy gets kidnapped, and you find out who kidnapped her. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm not gonna let Zephyr. I'm not gonna let him. What's his name? Zygon. I'm not gonna let Zygon get the 13th seat. And Neffy's like, yeah, he's already got the 13th demon. He's the demon lord. Like, yeah, he got the 13th seat for the demon lord council or whatever the fuck it's called. And he's like, man, you lying. And he's like, no, he got it. And then he comes busting through the roof to come and save her. Then the episode goes off. I know she gives her collar back. Like, hey, put the collar back on me. I want to be your slave again. Slavery. Anime slavery.
Can't have a fantasy without it.
Can't have a fantasy without it. I'm telling you. I'm just like, Neffy, you don't need the collar, but she wants, kindness.
She wants that connection with him.
She does, but she's so fucking adorable. especially when she blushes and her ears like twitch and they turn red. The cutest shit ever.
There was plenty of that in the latest episode.
That's one thing I love about Spice and Wolf is the ears. That's one of the best things about the animation is when you see her ears when she goes to the emotions. Oh, perfect all the time. Perfect.
Yeah, they do more with Holo animation wise. They give her more body language in the reboot than they did in the original. In the original, what really carried Holo was her mannerisms and her pride. She had this egotistical, like she was like Noelle, like she's kind of like Noelle from Black Clover. She has this whole like like the way home. She's like, I'm royalty. She's like, I'm the White Wolf. She would always check you, and she would always just know she's pretty. She ain't got to question nothing. Like Holo never shows self-doubt. So the times happen that she kind of does, you're like, oh shit, this shit real, because Holo never self-doubts. But this one, it's a lot of body language. She's she didn't do that dance in the first one. That dance, like they modernized her. They made her way more cute. Like
they made her more moe. They made her more moe.
Super moe. She was not this cute in the original. She was not.
I noticed that. I'm like, man, this bitch is moe as fuck. When you really think about it.
Shout out to number one. Hey.
All right. Since we're already on it, I was gonna start with Jellyfish, but we've already been talked about Spice and Wolf. Anything we want to add to Spice and Wolf besides the fact it was a really good episode as a whole? I think the highlights basically encapsulate that we had talked about how you see Lawrence just falling more and more into like Holo's like personality and things of that nature. And I thought it was pretty dope once again that she was able to get the bag for him by realizing like, oh, the table's tipped, that's why it's even, but not really. And then that's where we see like the spices, and we see them trade with the spices in this episode, and now they got armor, and then now they got to deal with it's interesting. I saw that piece right when it finally clicked. I was like, oh, that woman at the beginning, the shepherd, that's the woman from the beginning. So now how does she play into the story of Spice and Wolf? So now that
the beginning, what you mean?
That woman that she's talking to the daughter, and she's like, tell me a story. And she starts telling me a story. At first, I thought it was Holo, but then I recognized
that is Holo.
Is that Holo?
Yeah,
that was Holo.
I thought it was. I was like, oh, that's the girl at the beginning.
Well, the girl at the beginning was Holo was talking to someone. If you watch, I know something that I shouldn't know, and I'm not gonna tell you. I know who Holo was talking to only because I have a manga spoiler. So I know who Holo was talking to.
I mean, it should be obvious. It should be obvious.
It should be her daughter. Their daughter.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
That's not, and you could put two and two together. That's what I was thinking. I didn't know anything about it. I'm like, oh, it's a Holo in there. But then like I thought it was the shepherd. The shepherd was like, there's something about
Shepherd's
bottom, like that bottom part of her face. I was like, that seems like the shepherd.
You're gonna love next week's episode because the shepherd arc is one of the best arcs in the season one. It's one of the best arcs in season one, the shepherd arc, because the shepherd is going to be on there for like the next couple episodes. Like they need the shepherd. But the one thing about the shepherd that makes everything so cute is you're going to see Holo get jealous because the shepherd is really fucking cute.
Oh yeah, she is. Off rip. You could tell literally she took her hood off and she did something with body language. Talk about body language. If a girl does something with her hips, there's something about that. And the way she like angled her hip when she like basically like acknowledged Kraft, it was like, okay, I see what you did there. And then they shoot the Holo, and Holo's just like, she sucks her fucking teeth and looks at this bitch with like such disdain.
She hates them. Shepherds know how to keep wolves away from their flock of sheep.
Yeah. So
that's your enemy because a shepherd knows how to fucking defeat a sheep. I mean, a shepherd knows how to defeat a wolf. Yeah. So Holo is like, damn, like you my arch fucking enemy.
Yeah.
So just wait, because the shepherd is that's you in for a treat, man.
I'm enjoying Spice and Wolf. I haven't seen the original, but I'm enjoying everything about it. Like I'm
enjoying it. I'm loving the fact that we're gonna get 2 consecutive arcs back to back. So next year when we get to season 2, we'll actually get new material. 25? Yeah, because at this point, there's no spoilers for me. At this point, I own Spice and Wolf. I've watched that series, I think from 2000 and bro, from 2000 and probably 12 to 2017, I watched that series every fall for 5 years straight. Every fall. Soon as fall come, I call it holo season. Soon as apples start going on sale at the grocery store and then temperature drops to 50 degrees, I'm watching Spice and Wolf. I did that shit 5 years straight. Like I knew the series back from the back of my hand. Like I just watched it it was my seasonal thing. Every November I watch Spice and Wolf.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, kind of know what's happening.
All right, let's move on then. Oh, go ahead, Chris. Which one?
I was gonna say part that we didn't touch on, but I really like that they showed was Hollow showing reluctance of leaving Craft so early just to head back to the north. Like how she's worried about how he wants to get rid of her by paying back what she owes.
Mm.
When they're talking about the hair oil, I really like that scene.
It's psychological. You kind of get the sense that okay, she's running up her tab on purpose because she knows the only way she can get away is if she can't leave. He won't leave her as long as she got a debt. So she wants to keep a debt, but you know what I'm saying? She's like, I just don't want you to leave me. Like, you know, I want to go north. Like, you got to help me get there. Because remember,
she can go on her own. There's no like reason why she can't go on her own.
Yeah, she hasn't. The world has changed in the 500 years she was stuck in that village. Like, that's a long ass fucking time. She was like, yo, I was stuck in this village since ancient times. She was like, I've never been able to leave. I haven't been able to see the world. I've never been able to taste this food. And I found out that pickled apples and honey is not a real fucking thing. I looked on
sad.
It's not a real thing.
Sad.
But when I looked on Reddit, people have been pickling apples because of Spice and Wolf. Like people really do that shit now, but it's not like one of those things where Martha Stewart or has a secret pickled, apple and honey recipe sitting around somewhere. No. It's a thing now, but anime made it a thing. I was like, oh.
Good.
I'm gonna try it. Like I'm definitely gonna do that. I was like, I'm gonna do pickled apples.
Pickled apples. I had apple slices the other day when I got my tattoo, and that shit was wasn't bad. It's been a minute, a hot like year since I had actual apple slices. I could drink apple juice, but I don't normally eat fruits. I don't normally so I was like, I had apple slices to go with my my English muffin like little sandwich that had like I forget what the fuck my aunt said it was, like some sort of like a radish or something, and it had like lettuce. It was the healthiest I've eaten in years. I was like, wow, good guy. And I had a matcha tea with it.
Okay, I can look at your skin. I don't know if it's the filter or your skin glowing. Okay, I see you.
No, it's definitely the filter. I definitely put my filter on the max for sure. As soon as I let me know they had a filter option, I was like, make me glow, bitch. Yes. Okay. Yes. All that. But nah, so all right. Anything else on Spice and Wolf, gentlemen? Move on.
Yeah, that's all.
All right, let's move on. Jellyfish. This is a really good episode. It was very heartwarming, I felt, for sure. It basically surrounds what's it called? The one chick that we see from episode 1, whose name I'm forgetting now. What's it called? Let me see if I can pull it up and see if I have the name in here. Mako's in here. Where's the other girl? Nope, that's not her. It is Mako. It is Miko. Sorry, it is Miko.
Oh yeah, Miko.
It is Miko. And basically we see Nico from that perspective. She's the girl that was interrupted in the first episode by what's her face? By Mahiru Kano. And basically they commission her to make a song for her. And we find out that she's a struggling idol. And she's forever 18 and she's a struggling idol. They're threatening to cut her. Easy, yeah. So they're threatening to cut her if she don't blow up. and she don't have a next hit single, whatever. So she commissions Jelly to make her single, and they're like, "Well, can we follow you around?" And they see like she's just fake Instagram, which I thought was fucking hilarious and made total sense. Fake Instagram. She's like, "I'm on a diet," and she proceeds to eat a bunch of meat. She's like, "I'm doing this," and she's like, "I'm working on exercise." Goes up, poses next to the gym. I was like, "This fucking fake ass bitch." And that
No, that's real. That's real.
It didn't know it
That's
is real.
really-
That's the thing. It's so real.
That's really what's happening in
really
these
happened.
streets.
Yeah,
She's
no, that was
fighting
real.
for the ground.
Yeah,
But you know, bro, my favorite thing about this episode was she's 31.
She is
we
31.
find out she's a MILF. She found out she's 31
She's a
years old, and she has like,
31-year-old.
a 10-year-old daughter or something like that.
31-year-old divorcee.
Yeah, that's
With
unprecedented. Like
cutest
idols.
daughter. No, what made this episode, what really made
What's
this
her daughter?
episode shine was it was Mother's Day.
Ariel.
It dropped in Mother's Day in Japan.
Oh,
shit.
shit.
And I was like, oh shit, this is a whole Mother's Day episode and it's on Mother's Day. Like, what the fuck? Like, Mother's Day weekend, this episode dropped and it's about this, like, her pop career takes off because they realize, you know, she stops on some Drake shit. You're hiding a child. It's like, no, she.
Oh my god. Oh my
like,
god.
Man. No. Like, that's the whole thing. It was just like she had a daughter. And like no one knew she had a daughter, and it's like they find out she had a daughter, and it's like,
well, because you gotta conceal that. That's the same thing with Oshinoko with I never let her know I got pregnant at fucking 16 and I have a baby.
Yep, and I love the fact that they're from the same studio and they're telling. It's like they found their niche. They're like, look, man, we're gonna expose the industry. And we're just gonna keep poking at it.
I'm very surprised you're not watching. If you're talking about Idol, I'm surprised you're not watching Voice Actor Radio.
I might check it out. I saw you guys on the pod last week. Real quick segue. I saw you guys on the pod last week. You guys were talking about it. And I was like,
Voice Actor Radio is the same thing, dude. Like where they have different like things. Like the last 3 weeks have dealt with like
what it was about something about a girl whose grandma wanted her to get a real job, but she really wanted to be a voice actress, but she tried to make her grandma happy.
No, it had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with that. No.
Oh, that's a different show.
That's a different show. Yeah. No, Voice Actor Radio. We'll segue off this real quickly and get back to Jellyfish. Voice Actor Radio basically is about two girls. They go to the same high school. They're in the same class. Neither of them know they're voice actresses. Both of them have flailing careers. So to like get them going, their managers put them in a show, a voice actor radio show. And they find out they go to the same school, they go to the same class. And we come to find out also that both of them don't like each other. Basically, one of them one of them's really bubbly.
One's a Gyaru.
Yeah, one's a Gyaru.
One's a Gyaru.
And one's like a recluse. Like she just keeps to herself. And the Gyaru, of course, really bubbly. She's really kind. And the recluse is just loathes her and says some slick shit to her. So then they get sideways. So the first, I think, 3 episodes have to do with them being sideways, a good portion. But over the course of time, they start to really get to know each other. They hate each other less. And then shit hits the fan in episode 4 when we get a scandal. And the scandal takes over. So now these last episodes have been how they dealt with the scandal, the repercussions of that, and them becoming closer and
you might have sold me, bro. You might have sold me more than any of the show. I think you might have fucking sold me.
Yeah, bro. If you're on the voice actor, dealing with day-to-day voice actors,
do they sound cute when they talk?
When they first start, yeah, but basically after the scandal, I'll give you a small spoiler. After the scandal, they basically end up playing their real selves. And the real self, you have one bubbly idol, and then you have the recluse, and she literally talks like a recluse. But they endear themselves with their fans over time because of that, even though there is blowback from others.
Okay. The recluse is a fucking degenerate, though.
Who, Chris?
The recluse.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she is. There's fan service too. It's not extreme. You don't see nips or ass or anything, but there's fan service with Opie. But it doesn't take away from the whole principle of the show and what it is. So this last episode, I did watch this last episode, Chris, and it was really good how they basically at this stage, it's all on the line right now, Starman. By episode 7, it's either they figure it the fuck out or they're quitting fucking voice acting.
Okay,
I'll let
okay.
you watch how they get there.
I might check that one out, man. But
Yeah.
Jellyfish.
Back to Jellyfish.
Yeah.
Like you said,
RL.
yeah. Go ahead.
RL is like really her mom's biggest fan, but she tries to
Yep.
help her mom out because she knows how hard it is. Her mom worked so many jobs to keep them afloat, and her mom's still chasing her dreams. She's like a big fan of her mom, and her mom really loves and supports her daughter. She does anything she can, but she gets bullied at school because your mom's an idol. But I thought about it like this: like, wait a minute. Your mom's 31 and everybody thinks she's 18, 17. Like, hold up. Your mom, like, what kind of Korean facial regiment you got going on? Like, they cannot tell. It's the same
Asian.
thing with
That's why she lives in the Disney apartment, because she spent all her money on that.
That's the cheat.
Like,
yeah, bro. I mean, bro, but you know that you've seen enough Japanese women to know, like, oh, these bitches are like 30 years old and they look like they're like 19, 20. Like they even with Japanese porn actresses, bro, they all been ran through, and they all still look like they're like prime 23 years old.
I thought I was gonna do the thumbs up. You got the thumbs up emoji thing. I was like, I want the thumbs.
Because of Mac. Because I'm on a Mac.
Mine's a Mac too, but mine don't do that.
Like what is it? Is it this one? No, is it this one? There we go.
Don't be oh yeah, and then you got some fucking heart. I'm not on my new Mac. I'm on my older Mac because
get
on my new Mac. But Kano writes the song because she really, after they see what she goes through, they write her the song. Only thing she doesn't perform the song. She ends up Miko ends up performing the song. Which I thought was pretty cool. Like, they're going to compose her a whole song. Mahiru doesn't really do much in this episode, but she does ask Kano, so what the fuck was up with that kiss?
Yeah. And then Kano gets nervous. She's like, I was just in the moment. Let me be anyway.
And she's like, okay. She just kind of laughs it off. And I'm like, no, Kano. You into some Yuri shit. You like her. It's not just her art. And Mahiru spent her entire childhood lying to herself and her friends. She does not know how to open up to people and be honest because she lied about her greatest passion in order to make fake ass fucking friends. So now she's blessed with these new real friends, and she can't even really be honest with them because she doesn't know how. She never had to practice being honest with her friends.
Yeah, but she's gotten some experience though with being friends with Watase. With Kiwi.
I mean, but the issue
Kiwi had to do that. Kiwi had to eat shit and fucking be open with everybody about
they were both living a fucking lie. Watase knew about her giving up drawing, but she didn't know about Watase dropping out of school.
Yeah.
Watase straight up lied. Yeah, I'm in my school. I'm the top of the class. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
Oh, Kiwi's she's a neat.
Yeah, because when she went to school, everyone was like, and she tried that playground shit. Everybody in school was just like, hold up. We're at that age where it's either going to be about boys, fashion, some crazy random shit, not this whole shit you own, girl. Stop. What they call it? You're a Yiki. What is it? A Yikikomori?
You're a Chibio.
Yeah, Chibio. Yeah, exactly. I was just like, oh yeah, okay, so that's what she is. She's a Chibio. Chibio, whatever. I never watched the anime, the girl with the iPad. The same thing Megumin is.
Yeah, Chuni.
Yeah, same thing Megumin is.
It means 8th grade syndrome.
Yeah, you have delusions of grandeur about your whole reality. Like your whole reality is your delusions of grandeur. You just really think you're in your own fucking reality and you don't care.
We get that at the end of we get that during the after credit for Angel Included, Chris, this week.
Oh yes. We
get one of those, Eye Patch Girl, who's supposedly a vampire. But we'll get to that after. We'll get to that much later.
I believe it.
Takanashi does give Ariel some confidence. When she goes to her and tells her, she was like, look, man, you're your mom's number one otaku. You need to own that shit. Like, if you're a fan girl, you just need to fan the fuck out.
Same way she does with Kano. Same thing May does with Kano. Yep.
Yeah.
Just like, I love her to death. No one can tell me otherwise. She's the most amazing thing ever. I support her. She could have fucking sliced that bitch in the fucking throat, and I would support her.
You know why? Because May got all of her character development in one episode. There was nothing else to peel back. She was like, yeah, she was like, yeah, I lied, but you know what? You're my fan. I want you to change. She was like, no, well, I'm keeping the black hair because I like my black hair, even though that's not her real hair.
I'd love her to go back to orange. She was like orange or pink.
I think it'd be cool, but I don't know. I like the classic. There has to be one classic Japanese beauty with the long black hair and the bangs. I don't give a fuck because that's always that girl always wins. I don't care what anime it is. The girl with the long black hair with the bangs always fucking wins. There's always at least one of them. There has
that's
to be
my
one.
hero though. It's not long and black, but it's short and fucking and brown. They win too.
I guess, yeah. There's nobody here with blue hair, so we know they won't lose.
Who's that?
There's no one here with blue hair. Blue hair people always
you
lose.
missed my joke. You missed my joke. Short blue hair, ReZero, Rem. Who's that? Who's Rem?
Who's Rem? Oh yeah, lost the memory. No, I'm really liking this series. I don't like how the animation showed out on episode 1 and then it kind of just cruise controlled it.
It's been turned down.
Yeah, it's just like since episode 1, it's kind of like, all right, look, we went all out for episode 1. Now we're just gonna cruise.
It's not bad. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. You know what it is? They're focusing a lot, very much so, on the illustrations. The illustrations really, if you're gonna give credit besides episode 1, the rest of Mahiru's illustrations and the illustrations you see from that guest artist that Mahiru is jealous of, like they stand out. Because of the fact, like, despite the fact that, like, that really does look like meticulously hand drawn, like you would see in someone literally doing that. So the hours and hours of composition to make that and to have that reflected, I think you can see that in there. And it's not like, oh my God, like amazing. It's not breathtaking like episode 1, but there's something to it that adds to the allure of that animation and the composition, in my opinion.
And before we get off of Jellyfish, the song that they wrote for Miko went viral and it now has more views. It's almost hitting 1 million views. That was like, oh, the song we wrote for her is a bigger song than the first Jelly song that we got. The only leg that they have up is just like, well, we have more subscribers to our page than she does, but her song went viral.
But they'll see it anyway. Like they still do CDs over there, so you could see in like the little jacket and be like, produced by whatever by like Jelly. So they'll get their credit.
Yeah, regardless of the credit, I think it was psychological. Remember a couple episodes ago, reading those comments fucked them all up. Seeing the people response, they weren't getting enough views in enough time. I was like, damn, that's something else that happened in Oshi. Well, yeah, just comment surfing. I'm really enjoying Jellyfish. Jellyfish is one of those shows that's just, not at Ninja.
There's comment surfing in VA radio too. There's some comment surfing in VA radio.
I think you sold me on the actual show I'm doing pick up now.
Not as much, but there's some. Give it 4 episodes. I'll tell you, give it 4 episodes. By episode 4, you should hit the scandal. You'll be good.
Well, I love drama, so hey, as long as there's drama, I'm with it.
Oh yeah, and there's no context, so it makes you really wonder, like, damn, did she really do it? Not saying who, not saying what they did. But somebody did something, and you're just like, there's no context at the end of it. And you're like, oh shit, maybe some shit did happen. All right,
I might watch episode 1 tonight, like before bed, just to kind of.
All right, yeah, get your
turn myself. Let me. You know what? It's gonna be one of those. Let me see how good it is. Because if it's real good, I'll stay up to 2 a.m. watching this shit.
You only got 6 episodes.
Good, I'll just go right to bed.
Yeah. It's a Wednesday show, so comes out every Wednesday. Don't think that happened dub
yesterday. Cool.
Yeah. Chris, there's no dub for this, right?
I don't need a dub. What's that the radio? I wouldn't watch it dub. No way. I want it raw. I want it exactly how the creators intended it.
Pause that.
I shouldn't have to pause. I want it raw.
Why not? Hey,
it's only subbed.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I want it subbed.
I'm just saying I want it raw, at least in my brain, because I got a pervert brain.
Pause then, man. Damn.
It's too late. All right, let's move on. One of my favorites that I don't get to talk about with anybody, so I'm glad I have you two on. Kaiju number 8. This is another good episode,
Yes.
and this is one hell of a good
Yes.
ass fucking show. Thank you, Starman, for fucking just constantly Kaiju 8, Kaiju 8. I'm gonna be all on Kaiju 8. I'm like, all right, let's see what Kaiju 8 is. Okay,
I
Kaiju.
put Matt on
Kaiju 8
Delicious
is
and Dungeon. I take pride in this shit.
Yeah, no, Kaiju 8 was really good. Show basically starts off with them like kind of confused, like worried, stressed out, and then they finally get the paperwork. Paperwork comes in. We could tell they got hired on, but there's a caveat to it. Basically, everybody that was supposed to pass in that class, it was a buffer class. Everybody passed, but what's his dick isn't there. Kafka is not there, and they're like, "Whoa, damn, where's Kafka? Where's Kafka?" And Ichikawa is kind of like, "Yeah, he's somewhere." And they do the introductions, they bring them in, and basically we have Ashino kind of just like telling Shinomiya like we appreciate you killing the Ashiro, sorry, but nonetheless killing the super kaiju, we appreciate that, but she's struggling because she's like, I didn't do it, it was him, like I still want to know about his powers, like damn, like you should have passed with us, why didn't you pass? And he comes right in afterwards and he's like, I don't mean to interrupt, and they're like, oh, what the fuck, you just interrupted. And then it's up to the vice captain. He's just like Hoshina, he's like, yeah, he's in as a cadet because he's so low and he's funny as fuck. So we're like, yeah, comedic relief. Let's go. You know what I mean?
They're all majors. Like they're all majors. Like that's a high ass rank.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, he's a cadet because But I think he tried so hard to come in, and it was like, eh. And the main reason is after Hoshina, he was like, man, I know I wasn't the only person that seen this man spike to 98 on that battlefield.
Oh, he's not. He said he's confused about it, but he's like, he put 2 and 2 together. He's like, at the time that we had this 9.8 kaiju, he stopped reading vital signs entirely, so he was dead. So how did he A, survive? B, is he the kaiju? How did he turn into a kaiju? C, who is this kaiju? Like he's putting the pieces together. He recognized there's no way this guy.
He was like, wait a minute. So he was like, man, weird things happen on the battlefield. You spike, and it was just a second, and like you were in the same area. Like he knows something is up. Yeah. He was like, no, I got to keep an eye on you. Now, kaiju number 9 is
he's fucking nuts.
Kaiju number 9. Sick. I'm like,
Kaiju 9 looks sick, and he works for the same fucking kaiju cleanup company too. Yeah, just a different division or different location.
I love Shinomiya. I did not like Shinomiya, bro. Like I did not like Shinomiya. Lou could tell you I didn't like Shinomiya. I was like, man, I don't like Shinomiya. She get on my damn nerves.
A bitch. Like, yeah, I thought the same thing.
A bitch. I couldn't. But guess what? And it sounds so wrong, but she gets humbled, and she gets humbled, and then she's kind of like, I'm sorry, and she's kind of like, well, thank you. And I was like, oh, she's a tsundere.
But then you can't. That's not a ship, though.
Chris, why am I such a tsundere simp?
I don't know.
I swear, bro, I simp for a tsundere.
I don't like I don't like the more violent tsunderes, but like the bashful tsunderes, I'm good with those ones.
I'm the opposite because my first fucking tsundere experience was Toradora, so I'm used to that. I would want that over the fucking one that we saw for what's it called? I forget the anime name. The one that had the double mama whopper combo that we just saw like 2 seasons ago.
Oh, 100 girlfriends that you really
100 girlfriends. I don't like that type of tsundere. No,
I mean, that's a violent one. I mean, it's the same thing. Shinomiya, she kicked him like get off me. She kicked his ass, but she's hyper. She's violent. It's the same thing with Noelle. What Noelle does to Asta, like bro,
that guy gets annoying. Like Bakasta. You just say Bakasta. Fuck you.
It does. It gets old, but it never gets old to me. Like Noelle is like the pro. I don't know, bro. I fucking love the cocky princess that has a lot to prove, and then you learn they have fucking daddy issues. I was like, oh shit.
You like a
She
bitch
got
with
They
daddy.
all have
daddy
daddy issues.
Oh, sign me fucking up, bro. A tsundere with daddy issues, Toradora. What she
Is that
got?
on your checkbox of real life women? Must have daddy issues. Check.
Oh no. That's why I live vicariously through these anime characters, bro. Because I couldn't handle that shit in real life. Bitch, go to therapy. But you know, but watching Tiger and Toradora, what? Violent pretty girl with what? Daddy issues. Black Clover, cute princess girl with what? Daddy issues. Shinomiya, pretty girl with the prodigy. What did she have? Daddy issues. I'm telling you, bro. You give me a pretty princess prodigy with daddy issues, and I'm gonna fold every fucking time.
To be fair, with Noelle, she had family issues.
Yeah, she's
Same
got
thing, bro. It's daddy issues with most steps.
I mean, her mom's
Bro's
dead.
really
so
fucked
you
up.
can't-
But that was basically like
we
her
even
dad.
see her dad?
I mean, it was, bro, her dad.
He's a
I
piece
mean,
of shit.
yeah, right. You was like, fuck them. Like,
I hope he gets squished by a fucking kaiju now.
after her mom got killed, it's like, yeah, man, your mom got killed. Like, brothers and sisters started treating you like shit. And then one of them got the nerve to be like, I was just trying to protect you. I was just like, bro, wow,
Yeah.
ooh, boy, I oughta. Ooh. But no,
I can't wait
she
for the
really
fucking
wants
hiatus for
to
that to end.
Shinomiya wants to climb to the top and really become like the number one, like,
But she sees
number
the
one.
reason why it's not like I said, you can't ship them, but she has admiration and appreciation, and she views out of all the people that are there, she views Kafka, the lowest, shittiest guy, as her number one threat to that number one spot because of how like fucking he's nice, like as a kaiju, like A, he's a kaiju, B, he's not a fucking killing kaiju like that.
Saved her life.
And C,
No
like
one has ever saved her life. She saved
no,
everybody's life. No
yeah,
one, she's never needed anybody to do
nope,
anything for her or save her. Because her
nope.
daddy would not let her be the type of girl that would depend on no man, no woman, no nobody, just
Yeah,
herself.
Harrison
So
Bucker hates those type of women.
yeah, so the fact that he saves her, because remember what she said? This man saved me. Then had the nerve to look back at me like I'm some little girl talking about, are you okay? And
And
then
she
he's
folded.
older.
And she folded.
Daddy
And she folded.
issues, bro. I'm
She
fucking
folded.
telling you.
It's like
He's
no one's asking if
older.
I'm okay before, because I'm always the one asking people if they're okay.
Because her daddy won't even ask her that shit. So now you got
No.
this 30-something-year-old hunk getting out here transforming, punching, doing some one punch man shit on the kaiju. Then he gonna turn around, look at her with a smile on his face. Are you okay?
Daddy
That shit
issues.
turned her on, confused her, made her mad.
Doki Doki for real.
Yeah, then she gonna find out he got a crush on Captain. And it's like,
I mean, that was funny how they all found out. Like he basically blurted it out to everybody, like, "Oh, it's my childhood friend, Nani."
everybody's like, oh shit, the childhood shit in real life. You really got a childhood friend? Oh.
And start saying like, "Yeah, she was a bashful little girl. She peed herself when she was in 5th grade." She didn't say that, but might as well have. So that was funny. But no, like the overall episode was really good. We see Kafka like really like, you know, like kind of boil down onto his like into his study mode because he's like, well, I can't fucking beat everybody physically because I can't use my powers, so I might as well beat them all mentally because I know everything there is to know about kaiju, and I'm gonna keep learning even more that motherfuckers don't even bother to realize about kaiju, and I'm gonna help them out that way. And you see Hoshino still like he's still got his guard up, and they even have that confrontation. Like he's like, I want that spot. When he basically fucking reads the wiretap in the room, and he's like, I want your spot. And he's like, well, I'm never going to let it go. So I don't know what to tell you, boy.
Nah, that shit was cool. He was just like, he's like, so what? So I heard what you said. So, you know, the only way you can stand next to the major is to the captain is if you take my spot and become vice captain. And is that what you're saying you want to do? He was like, no. You know what?
Nah, yeah. I do want your spot.
And he was kind of like ticked, but he was kind of like respect. It was kind of like, okay, you got 3 months. What he told me, he said, you got 3 months. If you do not improve your score within 3 months, he was like, you gone. So Kafka has 3 months. But
he got 3 months to basically keep it secret because he's gonna come out at the end, and that's gonna be that.
He got 3 months to become I guess, get to a rank where they can't kick him out of this shit.
He's gonna be. He's still gonna be a piece of shit, like loser. But he's just mental. He's just gonna be like literally. They're gonna go.
He's a guy
He
that
can't do anything physically because he can't use his powers, bro. He can't even lift up the fucking AK. They gave this nigga AK. He can't even pick that bitch up
because he need the suit. He can't use the suit
suit
because he has the powers.
I don't know. He's got to figure out. I think that maybe that's something that happens. Maybe he figures out how to use kaiju power without turning into kaiju, and he's just
I think the suits are made out of kaiju. So I'm thinking, if the suits are made out of kaiju and he is a kaiju, I feel like
the suit does him no good. That's why he can't do it.
The suit cancels it out. I think the suit cancels out his innate ability. Because I'm just like, bro, there's no way Kyle.
But he's wearing the suit when he transforms, so it's not a matter of him not being able to transform because he's wearing the suit.
I mean, but when he transformed, he transformed out of the suit. Like, he still has the suit on underneath. But because I don't. Then again, I take that back. Because a couple episodes ago, they were doing stuff. He was like, "Hey, man, they didn't have the suits on yet." When he was doing the physical exam, he was cheating a little bit.
No, he didn't cheat at all. He got like last place because he didn't cheat.
Yeah, because your boy called him and said, "No, bro, you can't stop."
Yeah, so he got last place because of that. But no, really good episode. Episode ends with them being on what's it called? Going on their first mission. The bell goes off, and he's like, "All right, time to go on your first mission, cadet."
Everybody doesn't make it back alive, so don't be getting close to everybody, but.
I have a feeling everybody's gonna stay alive for a minute. He gonna make sure everybody stays alive.
Yeah, it's gonna be Attack on Titan all over again.
You think, Chris?
I mean,
I never thought about that.
That's how I viewed it. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, hey, it's another Attack on Titan type series, just like fucking Terraform Mars.
That's a good point.
Terraform Mars is so fucking stupid.
Never fucking thought that. That makes total sense. Now I'm looking at it. I told people to mix a Zom 100, One Punch Man, and Chainsaw Man.
I mean, I guess Chainsaw Man, because it's just the animation and the whole idea.
Animation and the gore and the monsters. Yeah, that's why I said Chainsaw Man. Zom 100 because of the comedy and the monsters to the degree, and then some of the gore. And then One Punch Man because he's literally killing motherfuckers with one punch.
Yeah, Kaiju is definitely number 8. Is definitely. If I can't recommend any anime this season, it's gonna be Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8 is my top recommendation of any other show I'm watching.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right,
my most show. That's all I got.
Chris, none.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the big boy. Our first big boy of the episode, as we're an hour and 47 in. Boy, this is gonna be a long motherfucking episode after we're done. We going with Demon Slayer, and this is the last one Sean will talk about before he drops off, and Chris and I talk about a bunch of other lame anime before we get to good ones. What's it called? Demon Slayer, episode 1 of season 4, 1 hour premiere. It was a fantastic episode, in fucking deed. Episode starts off with Wind Hashira and Snake Hashira going after a demon that's been kidnapping villagers, and they end up going to an abandoned like equivalent of like a royal castle, and they fucking kill all the demons, no problem. And then they're chasing the demon. The demon drops into the castle, and what do they find, gentlemen, when the demon drops into the castle?
Bro, they find Karabuchi's Kisturu. They found Michael Jackson's lair.
They found Muzan's labyrinth. I call it Muzan's
labyrinth.
I call it Muzan's labyrinth. Yeah, they found Muzan's labyrinth, and they about to get to it. All these demons everywhere, and then the door shuts with that fucking shamisen thingy, boom, and then they're back in the fucking ground floor of the shitty castle, and no one knows what the fuck that was. Everyone who watches it obviously know, but they don't know what the fuck is going on. And then from there we get bro. This episode was actually funny. This is one of the funnier Demon Slayer episodes that they've had in a minute. A lot of comedy with Tanjiro, a lot of comedy with Nezuko, a lot of comedy with the returning Zenitsu, and then of course fucking Inosuke. A lot of comedy. this episode.
No, bro. Zenitsu, bro. Him and Nezuko. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That shit had me rolling. Welcome home, Inosuke.
Inosuke.
And Nosuke, he was like, what? He was like,
Inosuke.
Then they showed the scene where Nosuke's teaching
Inosuke.
Nezuko how to welcome people home.
Inosuke.
Inosuke, welcome home. Inosuke. He kept teaching her that shit, and it stuck.
And
I
love that she pulled his gimmick, was just like, oh, Imusuke, or Moscow, Imuska, Imuskos. He just kept saying his fucking name.
I just fucking love it. No, it motherfucking no. My favorite scene of the whole episode is when Inosuke busts through the fucking window for no reason.
Yeah.
It just bursts. He just breaks the window.
Like, what do you think Kano's gonna do to you? Oh, I'm living my life. Let's bust through another one. Did you see the after
He
credit?
just busts through the window.
Oh, the after credit?
Making all that noise.
Yo, did you see the after credit?
The after credit. What was the after credit?
The after credit after the episode.
Refresh my memory.
The after credit after the episode is what's it called? Kano basically fucking like talking down to Inosuke, like, you don't do that, you got yourself seriously hurt, why would you do that? And he's on his hands and knees like, gomen nasai, apologizing to her. Because remember, they're like, oh, what do you think she's gonna do to you? And that's what she did. He got scolded. But nonetheless, as we continue on through the episode, we see the Hashira all get together and they talk about the previous mission. They talk about the mission that they just had with the Wind and the Snake Hashira. And then they get down to brass tacks and they talk about, again, as we mentioned, the previous mission, aka last season. And they talk about how both of the Love Hashira and the Mist Hashira, they managed to get signs during battle. And they basically put 2 and 2 together and put the catalyst as Tanjiro. And so they come up, basically, they're like, hey, a full-scale war is going on, basically, to come and take Nezuko, because she's the one who conquered the sun. So now we need to protect her. We need to protect ourselves. We need to go after the remaining demons, because there are not that many of the high-ranking demons left. So we're going to do the, Hashira training. And we see all these lame-ass recruits, and they're all trash, and they're all fucking getting their asses kicked, and they're all getting fucked up by all these Hashiras. We haven't seen Zenitsu and Inosuke go over there yet. We haven't seen Genya. Genya's still in bed next to Tanjiro. And basically, we're going to see how those 4 in particular really show out from that perspective. And it's very curious. There is after they come up with the agreement, they basically say that, what's his face? The Water Hashira. He's just like, I'm not doing this shit. Y'all could do whatever. I'm different from y'all. And they get all pissed off. He acts all uppity.
Bro, I don't even get that. Like, he's like, bro, I don't need this shit. I don't need y'all. I'm not like y'all. No, he ain't say none of that. What he said was, I'm not like y'all.
It is the Infinity Castle, Karen, indeed.
Infinity Castle.
Imosuke. Yep.
Yeah, man. Like, you right.
He's got repressed. Me and Karen had a long discussion on this, and she looked up some spoilers, and basically, he's got like some sort of repressed feeling, is what we gathered. Not official, but he's got some repressed feelings going on with the whole like circumstance with Tanjiro and all of them. So I think that's what he's got going on. Honestly, there's something like in his mind that he's hiding from everybody, and that's why he doesn't want to partake in it. And it's not a principle of him being better than them in terms of like skill and things of that nature. He might be, but I think it's just how he approaches things, and he realizes like it's all kind of futile. In his opinion,
the love Harasha, her trying to tell everybody.
Same shit Tanjiro did. Same shit Tanjiro said.
How did you describe it? Like, how did you activate it? What happened? He said, my body felt light, and then it went swoosh, and it was Z,
boom,
and then it was
pow,
boom, and it was like, what?
And everybody's looking at her like, wow, you are stupid. What was that, Chris?
And we get to see Tengen again and his harem.
Yes, we get to see Tengen and his big booby harem.
Yeah, I like how they included him. How they were just like, hey, we're gonna get some retired demon slayers.
Yeah.
Harasha to like help out with this, and then he was like, he's breaking them in, and you see him because I forgot. You noticed like the flame got killed. Tengen got lost an arm, so in his latest battle,
Right.
Hirashis made it back. So it's just like, look, man, usually we don't even make it back in one piece, let alone at all. So for both of y'all to make it back, how did y'all make it back? So we made it back. I don't know, man. We got this scar that appeared on us, and we was just untouchable.
And they mentioned that there's a brief period. They're like,
face.
because they talk about the lady of the house talks about it, and they're like, for those whose mark already appeared, put two and two together, that's Tanjiro. Something happens and it goes blank, and then they go back to them like in the rain discussing like what they're gonna do. So clearly they have something already like earmarked for Tanjiro in particular. And basically, I believe that's what we get at the end of the episode, where we get Tanjiro get a summons directly from the master. And I don't remember exactly what it said for him to do. I think it was it to talk to the water Hashira? I don't remember.
I think it was that.
Yeah.
Tanjiro got his sword, by the way. No, go ahead, Chris.
He did get his sword. But no, that's the letter is where we learned that the water Hashira wasn't doing the training.
Yeah, and so basically, I think they sent Tanjiro to go try and like find him or something along those lines. And yes, we do see Tanjiro get his new sword. We see it's Rengoku's hilt. We see what's it called? It's got the word, and it's interesting because I didn't know this because without context. Basically, it has the word destroy in kanji, or destruction, as I learned. We find out that the Hashira of yesteryear, they were the only ones who used to have that, and even beyond that, it goes beyond even those Hashira. Like it was only like a special like
doll. That sword controls that whole doll, and that's how he got it. He broke the doll, and the sword popped out, and it's like, all right, you get the sword. He had it refined, and he brought it back. The dude was like, bro, this thing is double black. They say he even said he was like, yo, this thing has two different shades of black.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, you got a double black sword that says destroy. I was like, oh yeah, that sword gone. And he still killed the other Hirashi. He killed the other upper demon with that sword. And he even told Zenetsu, I used your thunder breathing technique in order to like thunderclap. He said, I used it. And I think that's now I'm learning. At first I thought Tanjiro, okay, he can do water breathing. I said, oh no, he can do wind breathing. Oh, he can do fire breathing. I was like, oh shit.
Motherfucker's Avatar.
Woman breathing. He's the fucking Avatar.
The Avatar, yeah.
He's the fucking samurai. He's the demon sword.
Tanjiro, the last airbender.
He's the demon slayer Avatar, bro. He can just learn breathing styles.
I think they sort of hinted at it last season, as in like the person who owned the sword.
I know who owns the sword now because Karen and I went down a spoiler fucking like rabbit hole on Google. So now because of Karen, I know all of the fucking like family tree, and I know who's related to who and whatnot. And now I know. So yeah, it does belong to someone. It belongs to someone in his family, and it belongs to someone who's pertinent in the demon and what's it called? Hashira fight that's to come in the next season. I imagine season 5. So, but it's very interesting. Speaking of that, unrelated but related, I got Tanjiro's sword on my leg now, along with another sword.
He's been waiting all episode to do that.
Well, hey, work this stuff out. It may look disgusting because it's peeling, but I got fucking Kirito's sword over here, and I got Tanjiro's sword over here, and I'm missing that kanji that we just mentioned. It's going on Saturday. It's going right here in this little blank space.
You should get gut. You should put Guts' sword there. And
I can't. I haven't watched Berserk, bro. I haven't seen or read or.
You don't watch Berserk. You don't watch Berserk.
Yeah, you experience Berserk. Yeah, I get that.
Berserk. You breathe Berserk.
I have not delved into Berserk yet, so I'm kind of nervous too. Honestly,
We're supposed to get an announcement. I think on Saturday we're getting an announcement for the upcoming Berserk. The rumor is they're gonna do away with the CG and they're gonna like give this shit straight up the 2D treatment after the backlash.
Good.
Well, that's just a rumor,
Hopefully
but
we'll get after
the news and the trailer supposed to drop Saturday, so we'll see.
Yeah,
and hopefully we'll finally get out of the Golden Age arc. Because they never get past it. They never get past it.
Yeah. But no, so and then again, just to reiterate, the lady of the house, they mentioned like those who have the sword, and it's blank. So we don't know. Like they're obviously referring to Tanjiro. So what happens to Tanjiro? Does he turn into a demon? Like something I might have seen? Does he not? Like what?
Well, I know his sister. She can talk. She can. They know what's to come. He has to train. Like he has to be strong as just as everybody else, and I think they know it. Honestly,
well, he's turning brolic as fuck. You saw the preview. You also the trailer for the season. He brolic. He big. He basically pulled an Asta.
Bro,
he pulled an Asta. Now he's brolic as fuck.
The Harashira are training to keep up with Tanjiro. That's the truth of it. They were like, bro, if we don't start fucking training, he's gonna fucking lap us.
Yeah,
he's gonna catch up with us if we don't get on our shit. Because he survived a battle.
He survived 2 lower moons. He's killed 2 lower moons. He's been a part of 3
upper moon fights.
Yeah, 3 upper moon fights.
Everyone.
No, he didn't do anything with Akaza. Because the other 2 are low.
He survived.
Mugen Train, yeah, he survived.
He survived the encounter, bro. You ain't.
And he actually, and he did yeet his sword at fucking Akaza and it hit him. He just yeeted that bitch in fucking Mugen Train. But he killed the 2 lower moons, and then with the upper moons, he fucking managed to fucking injure Akaza, who was fleeing from the sun, and then he did manage to kill one. He managed to kill one of the twins, and then he managed to fucking kill both of the partook in the killing of the other 2. Yeah, so he's already have the fucking the upper moons in all of his battles.
Yeah, and they all looking at him like, bro, we got to train, bro. This new kid is fucking us up.
Yeah,
like because we knew if he said, and you know if he came and said, hey, I want to. Only reason Tanjiro ain't got no spot because he ain't mastered no breathing style. But it looked like he's going to master the flame breathing. It's not even flame breathing. He's mastering sun breathing, which is the predecessor to the OG, flame.
All
style.
breathing.
Like he's doing sun breathing. It's just like, bro, this ain't even flame breathing. This is sun breathing, bro.
Yeah,
like you can do the sun breathing dance.
The sun gives life to all, bro. The sun gives life to all.
Life to all. It's just like, oh shit. I mean, the sun a big deal. They got the sun on their whole flag, bro. Come on now.
From what I don't know what order it is, but basically Matt gave me a spoiler, and Tanjiro kills another upper moon. Zenitsu and I think Inosuke, I think they combine to kill another upper moon. And then I don't know what happens in the final upper moon. There's something with the final upper moon. Like it's like everybody under the sun and moves on. So I don't know exactly what happens from that perspective, but I know Tanjiro's got at least one more body that he's directly responsible for.
And I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Demon Slayer it's one of the big 3 4 reasons.
is doing a great job.
It is. And people like Matt can always like disparage it a little bit because it's not like, oh my god, it's like not the most amazing thing ever during the season. But and to the same degree, I agree with him that this should have been like just 1 or 2 movies, not an entire season, because it's coming in that way. But Demon Slayer forever has some of the best animation you can ever ask for in an anime series. Forever. Like that, their animation is stupendous. The stories for people that are just want to have a good time watching anime, Demon Slayer is forever going to be. And that's the thing for casuals. That's how you should measure the top animes. How do casuals feel about it? Demon Slayer is one of those that supersedes the general anime community and goes beyond into casuals or people that don't watch anime. They can appreciate Demon Slayer. And then, of course, when we talk about the finales, Demon Slayer always, without failure, every single season will top its finale somehow, some way. And that's one of the things I look forward to the most when it comes to Demon Slayer is how is this finale going to blow me the fuck away? How is it going to? Like Attack on Titan, every finale in Attack on Titan grew, got bigger, got more epic, more powerful. It was incredible. And that's the sign of an incredible anime is how does the finale leave you feeling? And without a doubt, Demon Slayer will always hit you with the best fucking finales that you can fucking think of in a calendar year during that time. It's up there.
Yeah, man. I need you Ufotable to make me a new Fate Stay series. While they playing.
Bring back a new Fate Stay Night, and then but before that, do Heaven's Fields, just so I can finally fucking watch that one.
Like,
I know they made the movie, but I want to watch an anime of it.
I need that.
Yeah, Ufotable don't do a hell of a lot. Demon Slayer, and then everything else, and everything else doesn't get done. Just Demon Slayer. But no, anyway, all right. Before you go, Sean, I did want to talk about one thing. We're going to break our weekly anime reviews for the Spy Family movie. Let's talk about the Spy Family movie real quick. Matt did not watch it, therefore we did not review it at the time that it did drop. As of this stage, it's probably been about a month or so since this thing dropped.
It's been, for me, it's been, I watched Gundam last week. I watched Spy Family like the week before it. So this would be, it's been 2 weeks since I've seen the movie. I will say this deserves its own episode. So I would definitely like to give it this episode it deserves. Right now, I don't think we could really dive into too much of it because I really do want to get into you with that, but I don't want to stretch this thing out any longer. So can we put a pin in that and address it specifically? What I will give you my score. My score for the Spy Family movie is 4.5 out of 5. That movie was the best anime movie I saw this year. It was even better than the Gundam movie. The Gundam movie, I give it damn near the same score, but the Spy Family movie was phenomenal. It was fun. It was exciting. It was funny. It gave me everything that I want from an entire season of Spy Family into like one movie. And it wasn't canonical. It was just some shit that they just did just for the hell of it. It ain't got nothing to do with the main story. They just brought up, all the main elements from the main story that you need. But
I'll give it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I give it its props because if you've never watched Spy Family and you just jumped in the movie theater and saw it, it would make total sense to you. Like you didn't have to watch the season to watch the show. So I gave it props from that perspective. I thought the action during the second half was a 5 out of 5. I thought the plot was garbage. I hated the plot. The first half of the show of the movie, I fucking hated.
Dessert for school. It's the most Spy Family shit ever, though.
It is the most Spy Family shit ever. But
they need to complete the project, and Anya is going. Anya is trying to complete this project for school, and Lloyd is going to take it more serious than Anya is, and family shit just happens.
Man, I wasn't a fan of that plot, bro. That plot was trash. I was literally an hour into the movie, and I was like, "This is fucking garbage." And then it got
laughing, man.
I know Chris's favorite scene was the poop scene. That was so unnecessary.
No, I hate that scene.
Did you? I thought you loved it,
bro.
No, I hate that scene.
That scene was
that's the only scene I would take or shorten down. I would shorten it. I wouldn't take it out. I would shorten it. It ran way too long.
That scene was a whole third of the budget, and I loved it.
It was. That was a lot of fucking budget.
Y'all blew a whole third of y'all budget animating this shit.
Oh, the poop scene. It was funny. It was just so unnecessary. It was necessary and unnecessary at the same time. Literally, I think that was my breaking point. I was like, Lord, we have dissolved into like making magical shit. Wow. Okay. And I was like, this is worth all the money I paid for. You know how much money I paid for it, boys? I paid $2 for that fucking movie because I had a free 2D movie ticket from Regal. I used it on that, and I paid a $2 convenience charge for having to fucking do it online. And it was worth all my $2 by that point. I was like, this is fucking awful. And then, like I said, the second half came in, and god damn was that fucking good. That was fun fucking nominal. That fucking show, that like second half was for me. So all in all, I gave it about a 3.5. Chris, what about you? What do you think? Thoughts, score, so forth, so on.
No, I don't really score them, but I gotta give it the same as Starman, 4.5.
Really?
I really liked it.
Yeah,
Man.
it was.
I guess I'm just a perennial fucking Spy Family hater. Like Matt said, I want more Smith.
You
Anya saved
hate
the day.
Anya.
Chris nailed it, bro. You hate Anya. Anya saved the day. Yor got jealous of Lloyd. She got drunk.
That was great. I love that whole scene. I loved her getting jealous and then them actually talking it out and like developing like some sort of feelings for each other. Well, not developing feelings for each other, but like it's starting.
They got closer. Yeah. I hate Yuri. I hate Yuri more than I hate Anya.
He wasn't in the movie, so we don't need to worry about it.
He was in there very briefly, and I thought he was going to make an appearance, and I was like, fuck this. Fuck this guy. Fuck his part. Fuck him being in this fucking movie. Fuck him. I hate him. I hate Yuri so goddamn much. But no. Anyway. Nonetheless, it was still a good movie. Don't get me wrong. It was still a good movie. I enjoyed it, especially that, like I said, that back half. I enjoyed it. I felt it buttoned it up really well. They left themselves open for maybe like an OVA to follow up on it, because now they got to go to the other side of the country, try and figure out another thing, since shit happened and they didn't get to finish it like they wanted to. So maybe more to be had. We shall see. But
We shall.
Okay. On that note, Starman, I appreciate you so much for hopping on and giving us your insight on the animes that we did discuss, sir. Much obliged. Want to give out
thank
any?
You for telling me on, voice acting. I was like, you know what?
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. And supposedly it's Yuri. I don't know when.
I'm gonna pick this one up.
All right.
Yuri's in the bath scenes.
Yeah, I guess.
There can be only one.
You'll see, Starman. But no, you want to get some plugs? Read it out.
Follow me on Twitter, aka Starman. That is all I got for now. I will be back in a few weeks to wrap up this season, but I am going to watch more shit. The Gundam movie was phenomenal. Gundam Seed. It's the highest grossing Gundam theatrical release of all time, and it's well deserved. It's really dope. If you're gonna see it, go make sure you check it out. Ninja Camel ended, and those CG fights just dropped it down and kind of killed it. They fumbled the ending, which sucks, but I think it's still a must-watch show despite it being trash ending. I ordered the Samurai Champloo soundtrack on vinyl. I'm excited about that coming in a couple weeks.
I heard that should be lit.
Yeah. That's all I have.
All right, bro. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and giving us your insight. Much obliged, good sir. You have a good night.
It was fun.
All right. Peace.
Later. All right, Chris. You and me now for the remainder of the show. We are 2 hours in. Let's try and keep this bitch under 40 minutes to go over like 15 fucking shows. Whore fucking Ray. Do you want to give some high levels on whatever shows you're watching?
Yeah, sure. I'll give more props for fucking Girls Band Pride.
I want to see it. I just hate that I have to fucking go above and beyond to see it, dude.
It's like it's anime.
Yeah, I just hate ripping shit, but I might have to.
Hey, I hate it too. I hate that this show didn't get fucking licensed.
That's fucking.
I'm gonna fucking yell at people during the fucking finales over this. That's like how bad like it is. I'm glad that it's getting props now in like the polls.
Yeah.
But like it deserves so much more. Like I don't know if you heard the songs I shared to the group chat, but like all the music is fucking phenomenal. And they fucking. It's sad because they like did their advertisement. They released music videos for these from this band like last year, like summer of last year is when they first started. Another show. I'm just gonna give like highlights for or of like shows I'm watching that you guys aren't watching.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fucking Viral Hit. It is a Korean. It's a series based off a Korean manhwa. I didn't read the manhwa, but like I'm enjoying it. It is about this dude who is a perpetual target of bullies, who will use him to get views on their YouTube channels. getting tired of their shit, he fights back and actually does a good job fighting back, and this causes him to start his own YouTube channel called Viral Hit, where he will fight against other bullies while watching YouTube videos on how to fight properly. It's not Windbreakers in terms of like the combat, but it's still pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Let's see.
True.
I know you dropped Astronaut because of the fucking space fight in the beginning.
Oh, that shit. And it just wasn't funny, dude. It just wasn't fucking funny to me.
Well, I don't think it was supposed to be a comedy.
You don't think so? Shit, it could have pulled me.
Is it a comedy? Yeah, but it's not really supposed to be a comedy. It's I think that one's also romance sci-fi.
Yeah, I mean the romance was a thing, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
sci-fi,
like
or leave it.
Yeah, but that that spaceship scene in the beginning, not even like, I think it's the only time you actually see it besides a flashback that just happened in this episode. But it follows this dude who is a former chef, or of this huge fancy restaurant. He goes to a lodge where tons of other people live. And they are looking for a new breakfast chef, since the owner who used to make all the breakfasts died, and everyone who currently lives there sucks at cooking. The current owner is an alien from this planet called Widow, who's currently looking for this key that will help her rule her kingdom or her planet. Where they are currently in the series, main character he found out that the girl he's has feelings for is an alien, so they're currently running with that.
Okay, so he finds out midway. Okay,
yeah. Fucking, and last one I'll talk about that no one else is watching is chilling in another world with level 2 super cheat powers. It's a show that Starman was talking about watching. To be fair, I'm reading the manga. I don't like the story. I don't like majority of the characters. The only thing that sells this show for me is Fenris, the waifu girl. In this show, she's the only thing that sells it. She's extremely fucking cute. She's badass, and she will not take any shit from anyone who tries to go after her husband. And I made some parallels with Matt because it's funny. The main character is a traveling merchant where he goes around selling shit in his old world. He gets isekai to his fantasy world, and meets a wolf, kicks her ass because he got overpowered cheats when he turned level 2, and then forces then the wolf girl is like, oh man, you're super strong, I'm gonna follow you, and you're gonna become my husband.
Okay, fits.
And basically what's currently happening is that everyone's trying to find the main character, because he was tossed to the side as a hero, because as level 1 he had no stats. His stats were shit, compared to the other guy who had somewhat OP stats, but they stagnated and he can't really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
After the fake hero gets fucking outed as a fraud, he unleashes this djinn who goes out and kills Fenris, and this causes main character to lose his shit and almost kill this person, while gaining the ability to rewind time. It's really stupid. Basically, the main character has the ability to, if any sort of magic is used on him, he can learn every spell related to that kind of spell, magic. So, if he's get hit with time stop, he can negate it and then learn how to use it or rewind time. But yeah, opening the OP is cute as fuck. I'll probably share it to the group chat so that like you can at least understand where I'm going with like. But that's all I got for this stuff. I'm not going to cover Matt. I'll only cover one of Matt's stuff. I'll talk about Train. In this episode of Train, Train to the End of the World, we're following what happened last week with main girl ditching her friends because they had an argument, and she gets caught by zombies. The girls follow after them, follow after her, worried like that she's going to get herself in trouble. They find zombies, and like in order to blend in, they cover themselves in face paint, and are able to sneak by. When they reunite with the girl, the queen of the zombies questions the validity of the three girls who are pretending to be zombies. Makes them go through tests. The first one is like zombies don't eat any normal food, and like this whole delicious meal in front of them and starts eating it. Then she's like, okay, since you passed that test, the next test, zombies don't play games. And she busts out a fucking CRT with a Sega Saturn to play House of the Dead 2. And during this, one of the girls gets very frustrated because the queen of the zombies doesn't know how to like play. Like she's not good, and she's like trying to tell her, "Oh, hey, you need to just quickly we're just gonna quickly you just need to quickly flick the gun to the side to reload fast." And then she's like, "If you want to try it, go for it." But zombies don't play games. She defends, and the queen is like, "No, I'm giving you the order. Play the game." And then she clears the game in like 10 minutes. But that outs them as not zombies. So they haul ass back to the train in order to like not get bit. On the way there, though, they remember that they were told that the zombies are the only weakness that the zombies have are stimulation, because they go into a fight where everyone starts trying to kill the zombies, but they keep regenerating themselves or putting themselves back together. So in order to actually kill them, one of the girls starts reading this poem that's from a smut magazine, and it causes zombies to explode. After what happens next? Afterwards, they make it to the train, realize that the zombies are going to be blocking themselves off, but they have a revelation that the queen of the zombies isn't actually a zombie because she was able to like eat normal food. So they go over to the barricade of the zombies and talk to her, and they realize, and she reveals that, yeah, I'm a human. When this whole shit went down, I was trapped in a convenience store, and the only way that I was able to get away from the zombies is because I came out of the bathroom and my skirt was up, showing the zombies my panties, and they were just fucking dying.
Wow.
Yeah, good times. 4 zombies though. They saw. I think she's a middle schooler. I can't tell due to her height. She might be a high schooler. High schooler panties. And then fucking dying.
They probably had cute bears on them.
No, they did not. They were white panties. I think. As she's trying to run away, she warns the zombies that you better not follow me or you're gonna die from seeing my panties. So the zombies wait there. She tries to go home but gets like lost. Or she realizes that like it's not worth it and she goes back and becomes queen of the zombies, like taking in the zombies since they decided to like they actually waited there.
Follow the
And
penny.
Yeah, and then basically the episode ends with the queen of the zombies staying with the zombies and not and the girls go on their way to Ikebukuro.
Still trippy as fuck.
Still trippy as fuck.
All right. Any other ones you want to cover?
No, that's it for me.
All right. I'll let Matt know. He covered this week's train for you. All right.
Mhm.
Let's move on. Let's try and fucking keep these high level because we got another like 10 or so to go.
Yeah.
Just for time's sakes, guys, we won't cover My Hero since Chris isn't watching it, or Tadaima. We'll do a couple episodes of those with Matt next Wednesday, I believe, as we record. And we already went over not doing Condition or Konosuba since I'm not caught up. So that's 4 down. So we'll just go through the remainder of these fairly quickly. We'll start off with Misfit of Demon Academy Core 2. I've been telling Matt, Chris, the show's been really popping off lately. I feel like it's a lot better than Core 1 by far. Still not better than Season 1, but nonetheless, I'm enjoying the story, and I think a lot of good stuff is coming out of it from that perspective. So
I'm not liking it. I'm still wanting to drop it, but like since you guys are watching it, I was like, sure, I'll keep watching it just to see how like the train wreck goes. I don't like it's the same reason why I don't like level 2. I don't like overpowered characters, especially when the show is supposed to be serious.
yeah,
I can sort of forgive like level 2 because of Fenris, and it's more like lighthearted.
is that how you feel about Slime? Like there's a lot of lightheartedness, so you can forgive Slime Rimuru
Yes.
being OP as shit.
Yes, and there's a lot of cute chicks in it.
Yes, a lot of Oppai. Indeed.
Yep.
Okay. I don't remember much of what happened. It says a lot about Misfit, but that's always the case in Misfit because there's so much that happens during Misfit. It's just
You
like
guys
how
talked
you
about it last week?
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
What happens is after they
I watched
take down
the episode. I just don't remember what happened. So
after they take down the variant dragon, the Hero Academy gets word from this fucking shitty ass noble that more dragons are coming, so they need to fight.
oh yeah, that's right. The dragon
to
battle.
protect
That
this
wasn't bad. The dragon battle wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. A lot of the heroes like sacrifice themselves and get fucking killed, I think, or seriously wounded.
They all get seriously
They didn't really
wounded,
show.
I don't think anybody dies.
Oh.
Nobody really dies in that except for the evil people. All the evil people die.
Yeah. Speaking of evil people, Lei and what's her face?
Misha.
Misha fight
Oh
the
yeah,
king.
The king, yeah.
Yeah. And the king corrupts Misha into becoming
Avos Del Hevia.
Anos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who Matt hates. Matt hates the principle of Avos Del Hevia. But guess what? She fucking shows out this episode.
Yeah. Let's see what else. And then Anos, along with the other two, the twins, go to fight this priest who's also a part of the selector. The selector tournament thing.
Oh yeah.
And I honestly cannot remember what else.
That douchebag. Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit and talk, basically. And you know what it was? There was more backstory, is what it really was. And that's fine and dandy. It's just a lot of backstory.
It was splitting 3 fights. It was splitting 3 fights, and you can't really like.
The episode ends basically with Avos Del Hevia. Basically, they took the sword out, but fucking, I think they killed the dragon. They did kill the dragon.
They killed the dragons.
And then Anos is like, I told you wouldn't be able to defeat them, you stupid fucking priest, whatever the fuck. And that's kind of how the episode kind of ends from that piece. So
yeah,
not bad. I'm going based off of like release order. So we'll go with Slime next. Slime was pretty solid, I'd say. It's more bullshit, which I know in our group Marte hates it, that it's more bullshit, but I don't mind the bullshit because it's just more strategizing.
They're strategizing how to deal with, oh hey, fucking the church is coming our way and they are not looking friendly. How are we gonna handle this?
I want to know, was that on purpose, that like message, like, hey, I want to fight you? Did he really
No,
say that,
that
or
is-
was that
No, he did not say that.
you had a feeling?
No,
There's no,
they-
way he fucking said that.
They showed what he said. They showed what he said, I think, in the first.
Yeah, and it's just like,
episode.
where did it get twisted?
It got twisted when during mid transport, like the fucking douchebag Holy Knights.
Really, they fucked up the message.
Yes, they did it on purpose because they don't like Hinata.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't
Yeah,
see
they
that.
don't like Hinata. They don't like the fact that Rimuru is becoming a demon king. They want to kill them both. And
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that part. Yeah, I knew that part.
Yeah, the easiest way to do it is to have them both kill each other or take out the weakest one after the battle.
That's so like, ugh. I was like, there's no way he fucking said that. That's bullshit. That's not him.
Yeah,
But
what he said was, "Hey, let's talk so that we can get our grievances aside and we can like work more amicably in the future because like your demon lord god is like somewhat buddy with me."
that's not Clayman. No, what's his face? Like, it's like Cameron or something.
Valentine.
Is it Valentine?
Yeah, Lady Valentine.
Mao Valentine. Okay.
So
But
yeah,
no, it's just
they're
back and forth
discussing
what it is.
yeah, they're discussing, oh hey, we're gonna have the kingdom come after us in order to stop their debt. We're having the fucking Hinata come at me with her knights. We need to figure out how we're gonna do this.
Falmouth is fucked.
They are fucked.
They're done. They're done. That's just gonna be like an extension of Jura now. That's it.
Yes.
It's a wrap.
I think Diablo is taking care of them.
Yeah, Diablo's taking care of it, and then we have Shion and Benimaru. They're gonna be basically tag teaming like the remainder of the nights and so forth and so on.
And then two of the members of the snake chick and the tiger chick from what's his face?
Clayman's
From Millam's group.
Oh, is it Milliams?
Yeah, because they joined up with Millam.
Yeah, that was back in season 2. Yeah, I remember that.
They also joined in order to pay back their dues, and they're gonna fight the other two.
So the other two
Knights.
Holy Knights, yeah. And then we get the introduction of the Otto family, which I thought was intriguing. I believe they're called the Otto family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
they're
that was
like they're sort of like manipulating everything behind the scenes.
Yeah, they are. That was the greater power that Clayman was referencing.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
No, that's someone else. That's someone else.
Is it someone else?
There is someone else who the person who was controlling Clayman and all the like the weird masked people.
Yeah.
That's someone else.
Laplace and them.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought they were all part of that family. Oh, okay. Well then
Nope.
More other people there that are fucking manipulating shit to be defeated by Rimuru and company. So that was pretty solid.
Yeah.
I concur. Studio apartment. It was cute.
Yeah. It was basically introducing main character's aunt who owns the apartment.
Yeah, that was Mia, I believe her name was.
Mari.
Sorry. Mari. Yeah, Mari. And I just love how they basically framed her as like the fucking overworked, fucking unappreciated what's it called? Mangaka. That was fucking funny. Yeah. And then we get like when I first was looking at the clip to try and find it for the page, I was just like, man, I was like, that demon bitch is creepy. Is that like Satan? Is that like a representation of one of Satan's angels or something? No, it was just fucking it was just Kita-san, the publisher, which was cute. And basically we get the introduction, like Chris said, to Mari. Mari's the overworked otaku. Mari was lonely because it was her birthday and no one wished her happy birthday. So she bought her own cake and she cried while they wished her happy birthday. And then half of the episode is
basically awkward as fuck.
It was very awkward. It was super cringe. And then half of the episode is basically Shintaro basically trying to avoid letting her know about Toa and her being an angel. So there's a lot of tiptoeing and bullshit from that perspective. And then we get the introduction to Kita, and Kita actually does remember that it's her birthday, and they go and celebrate with cake. And we should see more of Mari as we go along, and maybe Kita as well. So it was cute. This show is just okay. I'm never gung ho about this show, but it's not as bad to me as Condition.
It's a good slice of life.
It is. It's cute. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. He's not gonna get with her. He's not gonna get with Toa. It's just a matter of like him getting into some deep shit and Toa saving her. I think that's where it's gonna go. Basically. But nonetheless, cute. Moving on.
Yeah.
We got Whisper Me a Love.
We forgot to do Disappearance with Starman.
We forgot to do Disappearances with Starman. We forgot
to join in for
Disappearances with you, Star.
Tell him to jump back in real quick. Do that.
Come back in if you're not asleep. LOL.
Or watching or voice. He's watching.
He might be watching voice actor radio. He might be watching voice actor radio. All right, we'll skip it for now. Oh wait, let's see if you just looked at the message. Survey says. All right, well we'll move on in the interim. Whisper Me a Love Song.
Yeah.
Was cute.
Fuck Aki. Aki was a bitch in the beginning. I'm glad she changed her ways.
Yeah, I agree too. Basically, it kind of throws. What did Starman say? Starman said, "I'm on the way." 3 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll finish this one. Basically, Aki starts trying to guilt trip Himari into, hey, you're making Yori feel bad about like putting pressure on you, and she's becoming anxious from your response.
Who says that? Like, I like your girl. Give me her. You don't like her enough. Who the fuck are you?
Feelings make people stupid as fuck.
Oh my god, bro. She's gonna like literally. She might have been like, she'll like my fingers more. They're longer because I'm taller.
So Himari gets like fucking depressed by it, and then she talks it over with her cooking senpai, who basically says, "Hey, just because you don't fully feel what love, you're still young. You don't know what fucking love is. This is the first time you're actually like feeling these emotions, and you're actually thinking over them seriously. People feel love express love differently. Like I love to give the person I love my fucking fresh cookies.
Yeah, of course.
Then
you're not literally saying that, or are you saying that you love to give the person you love fresh cookies?
No, that's what she said.
Okay, I know she said that. I'm just saying, is that how you feel, Chris? Yeah. Based on like that's what you do. Like I love baking for my significant other.
Oh no, I can't bake for shit. I will give. I do love giving gifts, but like I can't bake for shit.
Never be a cooking gift from Chris.
But
no, yeah,
it helps Himari like get back into a place where she can like understand. Like it helps her like understand what she needs to do in order to actually feel feelings for Yori, or like to be able to answer her. And as she leaves the school, Yori and Himari run into each other.
And they basically kind of have like a discussion about things, and what's her face? Himari just basically is honest and lets her know, like, she feels pressure without actually outing Aki and her feelings and what they talked about and stuff. They just mentioned about how how she feels like she's putting pressure on her, and then so they actually come up with a timeline. Yori's like, all right, well, how about this? Since you feel so much pressure, why don't you tell me your feelings? Give me a decision after I play at the cultural festival. And then she's like, oh, I don't know. What if I don't like have feelings for you still by then? She's like, trust me, you will. My performance is going to blow your socks off. I'm going to make you fall in love with me. I'm going to make you fall harder is her typical line. That's her go-to line. I'm going to make you fall even harder. So she's like, okay. And they kind of make up from that perspective. And then that's when we get the makeup with Aki and Himari, and they basically, talk it out and they apologize to each other. And basically, as they were having that discussion, Yori and Himari, they were saying like, hey, I'm in the baking class, whatever. And she's like, would you like me to make you anything? And she's like, cookies. And she's like, okay, I'll make you cookies.
Cat-shaped cookies.
Yes, and she makes cat-shaped cookies. And so she gets invited to the classroom by the band. The band get to meet Himari. And then we get our first instance of Himari feeling jealous when she sees Aki and Yori like getting along and talking and being close to each other.
Oh, hold on, we're missing something. Yori made the song that they're gonna play for the concert.
Yeah, she officially completed
Sunny
it.
Spot.
Right. Yep.
It's called Sunny Spot, which forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to quickly look it up. I think that's what Himari means in English.
Yeah, Hima is Hino in Japanese is like fire. And so
Yeah.
Hima,
Himari means ball of light, sunflower,
Himari
full
is
of
a
light and
sunflower.
love.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get to you in a second, Star Man. But what's it called? So we get that piece, and then they just, after the jealousy is over, they all like get together, they're all happy. We see the cat-shaped cookies, and everybody feels good as we get our anticipation. However, we do get for the finale of the episode is that one bitch, I forget her name, but the one who quit the band, who talks shit about the band. She's like, well, I don't expect anything from a bunch of amateurs. She's still talking shit, unbeknownst to everything going on and how everybody relates to everybody in the show.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
I can't wait.
Cooking Senpai.
And she knows, and she's friends with Cooking Senpai. Yeah. So cannot wait for that bitch to get humbled. But hey, surprise, surprise, we got Starman back on, who's changed out of his clothes, going to bed. And he's away from his desk. Now he's back. Hey!
Yo!
He's back. He just did his skincare routine. He's already half asleep in bed.
I'm back.
He got his mic, though. We brought him back because we forgot to do mysterious disappearances with Starman.
We did. So I decided, after I done showered, did my skincare, I was like, oh yeah, we didn't talk mysterious disappearances, so we can talk.
We can talk about mysterious disappearances. It ended very creepily. This episode. This last episode that dropped. You seen the latest one, right? Right, Starman?
I did.
Yeah. So it ended very creepily. To basically pick up where we left off, we see Adashino. He's back. He's still half blind, and he's sad that he can't be in the bathtub with them, despite the fact it's an all-female bathtub. But nonetheless, he gives them a story, and the story focuses around a Taiwanese like ghost story involving the disappearances. And so there's a conversation.
The name is as I was watching this episode, I was looking up the fucking story because I really
is it real?
And yes, it is called the Hong Yi Zhao Nu Hai, which means the little girl in red. Basically, it's a story that involves people who travel mountains or forests, mysteriously dying the next day, and the only time you see the ghost, the little girl in red, is through like camera. They'll follow along the person who's going to die.
Yep.
There's actually 2 movies based off the story. It's called the Tag Along.
Yeah, so we get that story, and we get some conversation between Oto, Ogawa, and Adashino, and basically Ota's like, I'm gonna help solve the mystery, and everyone's trying to protect her because she's still a middle school girl, and they're like, no, you can't do that. We don't want you to be in trouble. Da 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 da. And she gets pissed off, and she decides to fuck off. And
Oto Hime is 16, bro. In the previous episode, like, she's just short.
I thought she was in middle school.
I did too, but I swear, like the previous episode, they were talking about their age. When she met the girl at the maid cafe, I think they found out like they were the same age or something, weren't they?
Yeah, well, I had to be because she worked there later on in the episode. She worked the day at the maid cafe.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, she's 16, but nonetheless, she decides she's gonna do her own investigations, and so she reaches out.
Animated making a teenager finally look like a fucking teenager.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what's interesting? Let's side topic for a second. As you know, Starman, because I've sent you a bunch of reels, but back and forth. We always do that where we send each other a month's worth of reels, and then I go through them. But a lot of the bling blang boom ones from Mashal, they involve like having like high school like girls from Japan, and like they almost all of them. There's still a couple that you're like, okay, that looks kind of anime like, but there's always a couple like they do look nothing like you would see in like anime at all.
No blue hair, no green hair, like
no short skirts, no fucking frilly sides.
It's I get that because you like everyone like the long ass skirts. You can't even call them skirts. Them damn near dresses. They come skirts that come down to the ankles. They all got the uniforms. Every chick looks like Sailor Mars.
Yeah.
that's the thing. The black hair with the bangs, the long black hair, like that's that, But no, and mysterious disappearances this week. That was I watched episodes 7, 6, and 5 within a 48-hour period because I was behind. I was like, yo, I'm behind. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn. So I watched 3 episodes back to back, just to catch up. And that's why I was texting you guys at like 8 in the morning, like 7 in the morning before work. I'm like, yo, why are they up on the roof looking at why are these girls looking at each other's panties for the whole episode? Like they did all this goofy fucking.
It was important to the plot.
They did all this slice of life shit. Like this shit became a whole slice of life for like 3 episodes. I damn near forgot it was something mystery until my favorite thing was the maid girl. I can't even remember her name. When she seen Otto in the street with the red dress on, she just ran up. Bow. She just ran up to it and just clocked her. I'm like, I laughed so hard, bro. She just knocked her the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you got the wrong person. I don't know who you think you got, but you got the wrong person.
Yeah.
She apologized. She gave him 4 parfaits, let her get a job.
Yeah, and then no one gets her killed as we get to the end of the episode.
You said, no, the creepy thing was, it was already creepy when that thing was knocking on the door. But when they solved the mystery behind it was like, hey, man, this thing is like a baton race.
Yeah.
It's back and forth. It was the only way your friend can appear is if she gets to swap out with somebody.
Yeah.
And
then when she appears, she's dead.
That's not even the worst of it. Not only is your friend dead when she appears, but somebody has to go missing for her to be found.
Yeah. It's
so
crazy.
Whoever opens that fucking door is gonna go missing. And that's the crazy thing about it is that almost happened to them at the apartment.
Yeah.
If they would open the door instead of just kind of waiting and looking outside, if they would have opened the door at the wrong time, they would have got taken and they didn't even know it.
It would have been Otto. Otto would have been taken because she's gonna open the door. And she would have been gone. And what was interesting and I liked it is like, they brought the principle of the show, which is basically on like folklore, right? They tell you the folklore like ghost stories. But Ogawa used technology and used her brain to put 2 and 2 together. She went onto the computer. She looked up the missing persons list for like the last 3 years. Then looked at like dead body like findings and things of that nature, and like managed to put a correlation. Like all these people that went missing during a rainy day. On the same day, a dead body from someone that was missing appears, and able to like put those correlations together. Then reach out to Otto and be like, hey, where are you at? Oh, I'm with Shizuku right now. Like, we're having parfait and talking or whatever at her workplace. And she's like, don't move. Literally, she says, don't move. That's when we get the creepy knock and we see her friend like in like ghost or dead form, whatever the case may be, trying to get in the door. And then we
don't
get that.
Open that door for nobody. Like, don't open the door.
I bet you they're going to open the door.
Bro, you telling me she sat up there and said, that's the door that leads to the roof. I'm like, look, man, unless Spider-Man is real in Japan, don't open that fucking roof.
Hey, Spider-Man is the origin of Kamen Rider.
Spider-Man.
Like, don't open the door. Like, don't open the door to the roof on no, we're not doing that. I don't care if you think it's your friend. I'm like, well, shit, if you love your friend that much, switch places with her.
But then fucking it's going to look creepy. Like, oh, I watched this woman disappear and now I have a dead body in front of me. Who gonna believe a 16-year-old girl? No one. Same thing like they didn't believe Shizuko when they said she disappeared.
So explain this to me, because it kind of got glossed over in me trying to binge this shit. How did he lose sight? I know it has something to do with that curse he broke.
He has powers. So basically his power is what is he able to do, Chris, with his power?
I believe he's able to drain the negative energy from like the whatever curse he's dealing with.
Yeah, think of it as like the Sharingan, Chris, Starman, right? Where if you use it, you have the power to be OP, but if you use it too much, you go blind.
Okay.
So he's used it, I guess, whatever amount of times already, or he may not be developed because he's like 16 himself.
Well, no, I think it was because the curse was that strong.
And the curse was that strong, and the stronger the curse is, the more power you use, the quicker it'll go. So it was a very strong curse. He had to use it to defeat it, but then that's why he's still blind at this stage. And they tell him, like, if you're using it, you're gonna go blind.
What's the name from getting? She was burnt. Like that spirit burnt her.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. And I guess with whatever same power, I guess he was able to like transfer the burns away from Ogawa. But yeah. Nah, nonetheless though, very creepy episode. We finally got the creepiness. We got away from a lot of the fan service, which I don't mind the fan service. I've learned that now with creepy anime there has to be fan service.
Yeah, it just became a little much. I mean, from the angles, I don't know, that Attack on Titan scene that they did when Shada got down on all fours and licked up the spinal fluid off the ground in the hallway was kind of but then you still
that was like cruel. That was like their actual.
I know it's true. That was the reference. But then you also had the same girl who was on the roof was like, oh yeah, now I get to see them get undressed and I get to get their panties from the tub. And I'm like, yo,
what are you gonna do with them? You sicko? What is she gonna do with them? Sniff them?
Sniff them. Look like how she wants to do is sniff them.
Bro, that's so gross because those are like day old panties. They've done everything under the sun in them panties for the day.
Unless you take new pants to the bathhouse. No, what tripped me out about that whole bathhouse scene,
that is true, actually. What
tripped me out about the whole entire bathhouse scene was, you mean to tell me y'all got in the sauna after you got out the bath?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the whole day. Like, wait a minute. You telling me you gonna sweat after you get out the bath?
Yeah.
I didn't really care about the milk thing, but I'm just like, so
but
you
the milk,
that's typical. Why, yeah, that's typical. But you gonna sit in the sauna?
After you bathe. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's weird.
I think it's they bathe to clean themselves off, then they go in the sauna in order to like remove impurities and then go back in the bath to cool off.
It didn't show them going back in the bath. They left after the sauna, which that's why it baffled me because I was like, okay. But then again, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just need to ask ChatGPT, like, yo, what the fuck is up with that?
No, I think you're right. I think they just either glossed over the part to Chris's point, or they did it as backwards and just thought we would not know.
It's like, who cares? It's like, hey, you got girls in the tub. Who gives a fuck? You really worried about the sauna? Realism? Like, I don't know. But no, mysterious disappearances. It's not a show that it's high on my list, but I'm 7 episodes in, so it's like I'm not gonna drop it at this point. I kind of really want to see where this is gonna go because it's really ain't been going where I want it to go, but I'm in too deep, so I was like, fuck it.
I think more is to be had. Like, we're gonna find out this. Because I don't think Arashino's gonna factor in really at all. I think it's gonna be Ogawa saving Oto, and Oto maybe doing something to like save themselves. So I don't think Arashino factors in at all. I think it's gonna because the whole plot of the show is basically trying to send Oto back to like her home world, wherever that home world is, and how Oto wants Arashino to come with her, and Arashino's like, no, I don't want to go back because they come from like another like, I don't know, planet or another dimension or something. And that's what they're trying to get back to, or they're trying to like get powers to be able to go back because they mentioned about how like everybody there was destroyed or killed except for them. And that's how they made it onto Earth. So that's the overall plot point, is getting back to their home dimension and like trying to defeat the big bad wolf of that dimension. But then how does Ogawa factor in? How do all the mysteries that they're like piling up? Because we learned that whatever we learned from the first one, when they solve a mystery, there's like curiosity. You get a physical piece of the curiosity and you turn that in for some sort of reward at that like creepy fucking kiosk that had the hanging bloody noose. So we learned that piece. So now what are they going to get once they figure out this mystery? When they solve this mystery and defeat whatever monster, how does that combine with the first curiosity they got, which was the book? Like, how does that factor in? So there's still angles that it can go to that isn't bad. And there's still an overall plot point. It's just not like so obvious or so like in your face amazing when you first see it, I feel.
I can dig it. Well, all right, guys. I will leave you guys to it. I had fun again. Thank you for having me back.
Thank you for dropping back on for one show.
Hey, I picked up my phone. I got the child, picked up my phone. Like, all right, let me run down here and hop in.
Yeah, appreciate you, Star. Matane. All right, Chris, let's try and knock this out. How many more we got?
Awesome. My headset died, so my voice quality is gonna go down a bit.
Ah, wonderful. All right. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku. None. We got 8 more to go. No, we got 7. We got 7 more to go.
8.
All right.
We have
Yeah.
Say Radio, Vampire Dormitories. Duke,
Tsukimichi,
Tsukimichi,
and Bartender.
I don't watch Bartender.
You don't watch Bartender?
No.
Ah, fuck. All right, well, we're not doing Bartender either. We're not doing Bartender either. LOL at Mattson. Okay, cool. One less to worry about. All right, let's move on. Let's as we go down this list, let's talk about Duke of Death next.
We got another fucking song.
Another song. I immediately thought of you, Chris. I was like, they broke out into song.
Like as I like told Matt last time I was with him, the reason why I hate the songs is because they only had one actual song in the series, and that was when Duke and Alice sang "The Owl and the Pussycat," which is an actual limerick by this fucking English dude in the 1800s. I forgot when. And that's the only time they actually sing canonically. Then season 2 came around and like, oh man, everyone liked that fucking singing. Let's fucking throw it in everywhere.
Yep.
To fill time. And then it fucking never ended.
This was a nice song. You have to admit, it was a nice song. This song this week was a nice song.
It wasn't terrible, but it was still not needed.
It's not needed. You're absolutely right. It's not needed, but literally because you hate it so much is why I laughed so fucking hard when they broke out into the song. It was great. But nonetheless, the episode, like I said, a really solid episode. A good portion of the episode focuses a lot on Walter trying to interact and get Daleth to open up more. And he does manage to do that. And they have a really serious conversation about their relationship. Daleth comes open, like very honest with the fact she wants to be human. And, you know, she wants to kiss Walter. She literally says, you know, it'll make me feel better if we kiss. And Walter's like, I only want to kiss the one that I'm going to marry. So do you want to marry me? And, you know, Daleth is super like taken aback. Like, holy shit, I just got a marriage proposal on top of a roof with the moon, like all this shit. And so they're like, and Walter, though, to his credit, is like, you know, take your time. It's a big choice, big decision. Take your time. We got all the time. We're good. For now, come to the ball, fix your makeup. You've been crying. Let's go have fun. So they go to the ball, and Daleth is nervous, and she sees all these people. They know she's a witch, all these things, and so she's, you know, very unsure. And throughout that, basically, Walter is like, "Hey, cast a spell so no one can see us, and it's only you and me dancing wherever you want to take us." And she casts the spell, and they perform a beautiful like cha-cha, basically the equivalent of a cha-cha. Under on this in the skies, you see the giant, beautiful like full moon, and it's just them. They're just dancing. It's flawless. It's really nice. And then we see Walter's mom. We see what's her name? Gabara.
Yeah.
Gabara. Yeah, Gabara. And she's just like, man, she's like, yeah, those kids really are in love. That's nice. And, you know, she complains about how she's tired and whatever. Also in this piece, we see Viola be super nervous for her violin performance, as she alluded to in the previous episode. And she's just struggling to try and like start. And then Bochan, who's inside of a whole night suit, walks up to the piano that's next to Viola and starts playing an accompanying piano. And this, you know, eases Viola, and they play like a duet of like a piano and the violin. And it's a wonderful song, wonderful for dancing, wonderful composition. And that's one of the best things Duke of Death is known for, is like the actual like composition of its legitimate music with the especially with the piano pieces. We got the violin this go around, so that was really solid. It helps Viola. Everybody dances. They're all like impressed. They're like, "Oh, who's that in the night suit? Didn't think there was somebody in the night suit." And then it actually affects Gabara a little bit. She's just like, wow. She's like, that, you know, like he plays so well. She's like, I just want to ruffle his little head again. But of course she can't, because if she touches him, she dies. So she can't do that. But she gets, you know, a little bothered by it. And so as the episode continues, she retreats back to her office. She's exhausted. She's about to fall asleep on the couch. And Bochan comes in wanting to talk. and they have like a decent heart to heart basically. And all when it's all said and done, Gabara does not bless Bochan with her blessing to marry Alice, and Bochan is adamant about marrying Alice, and Bochan kind of comes open and comes very free and is just like, hey, like no matter what you say, like I'm always gonna like want to be with Alice. And then mentions like there was a time when like you used to love me like a lot, like I was used to shower me with so much warmth and love and affection, and maybe you don't feel that way anymore about me. That's fine, but I just hope somewhere within you there's still love for you because I love you as my mother. And she basically pretends to fall asleep, and so Bochan grabs a blanket or a throw and like throws it on her and wishes her good night, and he walks out. And as he walks out and closes the door, Gabara holds the blanket and says, of course I love you, you're my son, of course I'm always going to love you. And so that was very heartwarming, despite the fact that they couldn't really see eye to eye or relay that to each other. Just the principle of that existing, I thought was really nice. And then the episode ends pretty well. Nico crashes the party and says, hey, it's D-Day. A week from today, we're going to go to the past and we're going to do what we can with Sade. And I've got a plan to break your curse. I'll tell you what the plan is next week when everybody meets at your mansion. And he's like, all right. And we see Walter and Dalith, they're all like being happy. They're on the veranda. They're talking. They're good. And Nico's like, I want to tell them, but I feel like I'm cock blocking. So not going to tell them. You tell them later. And so then they go out and Bochan, says goodbye to Philip, and Philip's being a fucking tsundere, and that's whatever. But then we get another heart-to-heart conversation with Alice and with Bochan, and Bochan just mentions like, hey, I'm scared, and he thinks about all these other things. And basically his primary fear is basically once Alice is able to touch him, they break the curse, Alice won't love him the same. But of course, Alice reassures him like she always does. And it's a nice, sweet, touching moment between them. And that's how the episode ends. Pretty solid. A really good episode. I can't say, though, it's a shame that this is ending. I kind of want it to end already. But it doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. I do enjoy it to death. All right, moving on. Anything from you before we move on?
No.
All right, cool. Moving on. Vampire Dormitory.
She really needs to just tell him that she's a chick.
She really does. I'm over the whole principle of like, I need to pretend I'm a guy. Like, no, your life would literally be made, solved, good if you just say, hey, I've got a toto. I've got boobies. Look at my little 8-cup boobies. I got them. Yay. They make milk if you make me pregnant. Might as well fucking just say that. Your life would be so much fucking easier. Really would be. But nonetheless, the episode, just from high level perspective, Ruka's upset about everything, and he storms off after everything's all said and done. And Mito wants to make up but doesn't know how. And so we see Jury and we see Tadaka, I believe his name is, right?
Yeah.
Takara. Sorry, Takara. Yeah. And they're like, hey, let's play hooky. Let's go to the beach. Huh?
I said what you said. It's fun. Beach episode. We got a beach episode.
They go to the beach. Everybody's happy.
How the fuck is she able to hide her tits like in that fucking like? You can't see the wrap like around her chest.
You don't, because she's got it high up. Like, you can tell. You didn't see she has a camel toe, so she's got that motherfucker high. Yeah, she's got a camel toe, so she's got that bitch high. She's got the wrap on to suppress the titties. So is what it is. I don't know. Did she like? I was thinking like, did she stuff like a sock down there to make it look like she has a bump? Like legitimately, I asked that question. So,
I have no idea.
I don't know. But nonetheless, we get the beach episode. It's cute, and I thought this whole time Jury was a girl too.
This is the episode that made me think of it because of how he was talking.
Yeah, like we get the what's it called, the premonitive talk early on, like when Jury's like, hey, I know you're hiding something from us, but it's okay, I'm hiding something too. That hiding something too for me was like, oh, she's a girl too. But no, she's just a gay boy that likes Takara, and Takara doesn't like him. Yeah, because he likes girls, and so she gets frustrated when he sees him flirting with girls. She gets frustrated because I want him to flirt with me. I want him to be around me. I want him to love me, but he won't swing that way. So, it's unrequited love. But just because it's unrequited doesn't mean I'm not going to, appreciate him and like him and want to be with him and stuff like that. And then we see a cute scene after he's done flirting with the girls where he finds like a cute little pink shell and gives it to him, and he's happy. But this kind of basically like springs like Mito into action. Like, I want to go back. I want to apologize to Ruka. And so they go back, and while they're coming back, Ruka is confronted by the one chick. What's that girl's name? Mina. And Mina basically is like, hey, I want to talk to you, Ruka. And Ruka is already like, he's feeling off. Like, in order to try and apologize to Mito, he tries to make one of their like favorite pancake like little things, like dishes, like sweet dishes. And he's awful. Can't cook for shit. But even Komori is like, hey, you look pale. Like, you good? Like, are you sick? Like, what's going on? But he dismisses it. And we see Mina and them talk outside. And Mina's not saying shit. And Ruka's like, all right, if you're not going to say anything, I got to go back to work. It's busy. And Mina's like, no, I love you. Please go out with me. And Ruka is like, damn, I don't know what to do. And starts thinking of Mito. And then while this is all happening, Mito returns. Mito speaks to Komori. Mito wants to say something to Ruka. And Komori is like, no, don't go out there. Let them do their thing. Don't interfere. Because Komori, I guess, is an idiot too and hasn't realized that Mito has a vagina. So he doesn't realize that shit either. And so we see Ruka trying to figure it out, and then he collapses because of anemia. And Mito's like, oh, he hasn't ate. Let me go out there and give him to me, or so I can like feed him. And again, Komori's like, no, don't interfere. Like, Mina, take him over to his bedroom. Like, let him like calm down. Would you attend to him, make sure he's okay? Sure. So they do that, and Mito is just, she's kind of like disgruntled, like very disenfranchised. Like, oh, that's right. Ruka doesn't see me as anything but a thrall. He's never gonna like me. He's never gonna love me. He just wants my blood. Da 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 da. And then has a conversation with Ren, because Ren ends up, for all the bullshit, ends up helping at the restaurant. And they have a nice, heart to heart about things. But then it really makes Mito think, and Mito really. He makes the decision. She makes the decision. Like, no, I want to be with Ruka. I'm sorry. I'm going to go cock block them. So she goes over to the dorm, and then we get a conversation with Ruka and Mina. And, Ruka, his instincts, he just wants to eat. He needs blood. And he smells Mina and is like, oh, it's such a sweet fragrance. I bet, she smells like she's been loved her entire life, and no one's ever told her no. I want her blood. But then same thing. He can't bring himself to get away from Mito. And then finally rejects Mina. And then Mito comes in and says, Mina, I'm sorry, but I want to be with Ruka. And Mina plays it off, but then she, gets butthurt. She starts crying, and Juri and Takara help her out and feed her and make her feel better. Because, when you're crying and depressed, sweets always make you feel better. Literally what they said. And then we basically get a hot scene like we always get in every episode, where you see Mito's basically laying down on her stomach, and Ruka's just sucking the shit out of her neck.
It's fake gay baiting.
It's what?
Fake gay baiting.
It is fake gay baiting. It is.
Yeah, because
it is. It's hot. I don't know how Ruka doesn't realize, like, hey, are you really a boy? She moans like a girl when she's getting bit. She gets turned on by it.
Fucking, hey, people who practice the art of cross-dressing really sell it. If you look up online, like, cross-dressing boy, you'll probably be, like, confused.
I feel like I'm going to see the ugliest examples known to man. I've never in person seen a hot cross-dresser. I've rarely seen in person a hot trans person. And I see it online. There's a bunch of hot trans people. You're like, wow, God really did you a disservice by making you a genetic man. Like, that was a fuck up and a half. You should have definitely been a woman, because you would have been fucking Miss USA. That's how fine you are. But alas, they got the cock. So it is what it is. But no, anyway, the episode ends with them basically like, what's it called? Ruka's like, no, I haven't had enough. Goes back to try and like start sucking on her neck. And then Mito's stomach growls because she's starving. So she eats the fucked up pancake sweet that Ruka made. And then Ruka asks, like, hey, is there anything I could do for you? And Mito's like, yeah, I want to go somewhere alone, just you and me, and I want to have a good day together. And Ruka's just without thinking, like, okay. And then he realizes, like, that's a date. Oh, shit. And he starts freaking out, and Mito's all excited, like, yay, we're going to go out, an outing. And Ruka's just like, a date though. Oh, no. Shibata, yabai. End episode.
Yep.
It was cute. What do you think of Vampire Dormitory, Chris?
It's not Ouran High School Host Club.
That's fair.
That's like my one complaint. If it was, it would probably be better if they did the reveal like episode 1, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
but like they're
and
not
then
going
just
to do
protect her.
that. Or they didn't do that, and they're just going to prolong this. It's going to be frustrating, and we're just going to get.
I mean, we already know what's gonna happen. Ruka's gonna choose Mito and say, "I don't care about the vampires. I don't care if I'm gay. Like, I'm gonna go after Mito because I love Mito. I want to be with Mito." And then Mito's gonna like something's gonna happen. Either like Mito's gonna say it, or they're about to have sex, and like he looks down and like, "Where's your cock? What's this thing in between your legs?" And then they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm a girl. I've been a girl this whole time."
And then he's gonna feel betrayed, and it's like, "Oh man, how could you lie to me this entire time? If only you told me this 11 episodes earlier, we would have had no problem."
None at all. That'll be funny, but also very disappointing and kind of frustrating, and maybe a little anger-inducing.
Yeah.
Oh, Vampire Dorm. It's such a shoujo though. Like I watch this show and I feel like such a girl. Like I feel like you know what I feel like watching Vampire Dormitory? I feel like I did when I was a kid and I used to hide the fact that I used to watch Sailor Moon on Toonami. I didn't want the boys in the neighborhood, despite the fact there were really no kids around me because I grew up pretty lonely. I didn't want anybody to know that I watched fucking Sailor Moon, so I would close my blinds when I got home from school.
That's why you would show them the transformation scenes. It's like, oh man, I see what you're getting at.
I was just like Dragon Ball Z because everything was Dragon Ball Z. You played Dragon Ball Z on the thing. Everybody wanted to be Piccolo or everybody wanted to be Goku and Vegeta. Nobody wanted to be the Black Man Piccolo. Nobody wanted to be Krillin. Certainly nobody wanted to be fucking Chatsu or Tien or fucking Yamcha. It was always Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah.
And maybe some Piccolo. But no, nonetheless, not bad though. I enjoyed it for all things considered.
Yeah.
Moving on. What do we got next? Tsukimichi. I'm enjoying this. Is another one of those shows that flies under the radar. I enjoy Tsukimichi, excuse me, very much.
Yeah, it's really good.
It is really good. The episode is more mostly bullshit for the most part. We see what's it called? Makoto and his company carve their way through the city and make it to the Merchants Guild. And the merchant basically opens up more and he's more receptive to Makoto. And of course, Rembrandt really helps that out and really like helps like develop like the friendship. And even after Makoto's gone, he's gonna take care of like all the demons and stuff. He like talks shit about Makoto, but you know, they get on an understanding. And basically he's now beholden to Makoto because of the fact that he's so overpowered and he's doing what he can to help the city, help the merchants, so forth and so on, while trying to achieve his goals. So, and that's whatever. Kitty wants your attention. And oh, that was your cat. I heard a meow.
Nope, it's roommate's cat. That cat always wants to get out, but can't because it's not fixed.
Oof. Damn, that guy's room must smell like piss.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
He's like, but no. And so as we continue on the process, basically Makoto tells Mio and Shiki because he basically sends what's her face? Shion? No, not Shion. What's her name? I forget her name now.
Which one?
The dragon girl.
Tomoe.
Tomoe sends Tomoe to go like handle the devices or whatever the fuck. So she fucks off and basically makes a contest between Mio and Shiki. Like, hey, whoever kills the most demons, you get one wish from me. Make sure it's something that I can actually do, but you get one request that I will fulfill for you. And so they make it a contest. Mio's winning at the time. I don't know whether that's the case or not, but in any case, they got this fucking thing going on.
She's gonna want to fuck.
Yeah, probably. She's going to spend the night with him, and she'll try and seduce him. And Makoto's gonna be like, "No, I'm a good boy. I don't want to have sex with you." Okay, but in any case, basically, he gets a request from later on in the episode. He gets a request from who is the princess that makes the request? I forget her name.
The white-haired princess?
No, the dark-haired princess that wants to take her back to their like country because it's Japanese.
I don't remember.
Let me look it up. Give me a second. Nope, not relations, characters. Nope, 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 nope. That's not that. But anything here? Nope, nope, not that. Nope, not that. God damn, there's so many characters that they've actually like named here, and it's like, oh, who the fuck are these people? Like, oh yeah, I remember them from like fucking 10 episodes ago. I don't see this fucking woman. But nonetheless, that woman, we'll just say that woman in the interim. She says, like, hey, can you restore our telepathy? And they're like, he's like, all right, I guess I could do that, whatever. And as he's gonna go do that, basically,
Kahara.
who?
Sairitsu Kahara.
Kahara. All right, we'll say Kahara. Kahara Hime. Yeah, her. So she makes the request, and Makoto's like, all right, fine, whatever, I'll do it. And meanwhile, we get a conversation between Tomoe and the what's it called? Tomoki. I believe his name is Tomoki. And basically, you know, they're kind of like there's something going on. Like Tomoe realizes like Tomoki's not like he's not being forthcoming, and Tomoki's like, well, you'll see what happens when you restore the telepathy. You'll know exactly what it is. But they have a conversation back and forth about what Makoto's gonna do and things of that nature. And then Makoto basically just shoots like a fireball in the sky that acts as a giant firework. And lo and behold, the telecommunication is back because basically the entrails of that firework sought every single device that's in the city and destroyed it. And he just did it like that, one fell swoop, no problem. And as they restore the telecommunications, the king and the two princesses that are working with him find out that, hey, everything that happened in Rotsgard was a distraction because all your kingdoms are going to be attacked by demons. They're all on the way. And they basically asked Makoto for his help to end the episode from that perspective. So again, that they're ramping it up really well. Like the battle that's going to happen between everything is going to be pretty good, I imagine. And I want to see what happens specifically with the heroes. The heroes are like the biggest piece of the story because by definition, the story revolves around killing the goddess. But to get there, she's gonna have to deal with it with the heroes. So that'll be interesting from that perspective.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. We're saving Unnamed for last. Huh?
Radio?
Yep, radio is next. And then we have radio, and then I think that's it. Radio, and then we have Jobless, and then we have
Unnamed. Jobless.
Yeah, I saved Jobless for the co-main because it was a decent episode, and we have a week of a difference. Any case, voice actor radio. Today's episode was really good.
Yeah,
it was really good. We get a bat scene, of course. We'll skip ahead to the bat scene first. Bat scene, typical. Chico wants to fucking touch on Yukiko's titties, and that always goes over well.
Stress relief.
Stress relief. Grab Yumiko's oppai. Yes, indeed. But the stress comes from the fact that the episode kind of starts off with them like first off they have the interview.
They have a show with I don't remember her name, but she's a voice actress who was like against
Mekaru.
Them revealing their
her name's Mekaru.
Okay. Yeah, she was against them revealing that voice actresses are fake. Because it fucks over like everyone's perception of all voice actresses.
They're like, you're supposed to protect their fantasies with all your like. Why are you protecting the virgins? Who gives a fuck about the virgins?
Idol culture is bullshit. Idol culture is bullshit and fucked up on so many levels. That's where it comes from.
Mm-hmm. It's awful. So anyway, so we get that, and at first it's contentious before they go off, so that's to be expected. But of course, Mekaru is a professional, and she, what's it called? She, gets through the interview, and Yumiko acts as the bigger woman, and is just like, "Hey, what do you like? How do you keep everything so flowing so well?" Da 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 da. And Mekaru's a bitch; she doesn't want to say shit. And then finally, Yumiko's like, "Hey, can we go out to dinner and talk about this?" And she gets fucking laughed at, and she fucks off. So. Fuck Mekaru, she's a bitch. I hate her. And so then we continue on. Basically, Yumiko is still bothered by everything happening. She's letting it dwell to her. She's reading the comments. she even asks what's her face, Mirai. She asks her like, what are we getting for in terms of negative feedback? And Mirai is trying to like save her. Like she's like, you don't want to know. And but then
you don't want to doom scroll. Doom scrolling will kill you.
yeah, basically just the typical shit that Chica already like had a feeling like, like how did you betray us, or I liked your show better when we didn't know the truth, things like that. But it still affects her. And then she overhears some executives talking about their senpai, Otome, Otome and Nissan, and that also affects her. But she kind of does what she can to like try and get over it, and try and make herself feel better. And then things come to a head when her and Chica leave one of their voice acting sessions. Chica gets a message saying like, "Hey, your mom's waiting for you at the studio." So they all go to the studio, or to the studio. I know, Papa. I'm almost done. Hear him? Yeah, he's hungry. Anyway, so they all go to the studio, and her mom is pissed off because some stalker fucking found where they live and found their apartment number, and she is now scared for her daughter's life.
Not the apartment number, just the apartment.
I thought you said they got the apartment number.
Building. No, they didn't find the apartment number yet.
Okay, just yet. Ooh, okay. Building. Regardless, they found the building. They know where she lives, and her mom's freaking the fuck out and is like, "Nope, my daughter's done. We're not dealing with this. She's out. She's done. We're retiring her." And everyone is like pissed off. Like her dad is there. Her dad tries to stick up, and the bitchy ex-wife is like, "Nope, you can fuck off, man. You have a dick. Goodbye. Nobody cares about you." And then fucking Chica tries to stand up. Chica's like, "Well, you're a minor. You can fuck off. I'm not listening to you. Your opinion doesn't matter." Yumiko tries to stick up for her. "Well, you're her friend. You got her partially in this mess. So fuck off. You can fuck off." And they're like, "Well, what about the ratings? The ratings are really good." Like, "Well, that's unfortunate. I don't care. I want my daughter alive, and I want her to do something else besides this bullshit. So fuck off. You can fuck off." And everyone's kind of at a loss. And she makes a snide remark when they're trying to like talk about how to like around it. Her snide remark is basically, "All right, go on social media, tell your fans you're going to be at this location at this time and this place, and tell them not to show up. Do you think they're not going to show up?" And they're like, "Oh, well, why not?" And then she's like, "Don't do that. I was just being facetious. I'm not going to let you literally do that." And she's like, No. Let's do something. Let's if you bout it, you made the comment, let's do it. If I'll do this, and if my fans don't show up after I tell them not to show up, that means that my fans, like, there's faith in like the fans and vice versa. I could stay, right? And so then she's like, she dismisses it. And then we get the bathtub scene, and then we fast forward to the next day, basically, because Chica spends the night at Yumiko's house. And basically Yumiko has a conversation with her mother, and her mother is trying to help her daughter out, but the daughter just doesn't know what to do. She doesn't have that mental like capacity to figure out something like that. So she's like, "I got an idea. Let's have everybody meet again, and I'll be there." So she goes there, and there's a lot of little bit of like prissy shit talk between the mothers. And basically, when it's all said and done, Yumiko is like, "You know what?" Yumiko's mom is like, "You know what? I'll wager my daughter's future on your bet, right? And I have faith in my daughter that everything will come out the way it's supposed to come out, because I believe in her."
Mm-hmm.
And the episode ends basically with them like, "We're putting it on the line. Either we're gonna do this and the fans don't show up and we're good, or we have a bunch of psychopaths for fans and our moms are gonna take us out of voice acting radio." The both of them. Pretty solid.
Yeah, really good episode.
It was a really good episode indeed. I'm enjoying the hell out of voice actor radio. It's one of my low-key sleepers, even though our main event is my sleeper of the season so far. Anyway, we're moving on to the co-main event. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. Turning point number 3. You already know what's going to happen, Chris, so I'm not going to prod you.
I do not know.
I thought you read this.
Nope. I'm blind with this. My friend has read it, and he talks about the episodes all the time, but I have not read it.
Okay, so Matt's the only one that
read the light novels.
So Matt is the only one that really knows what's up.
Matt somewhat knows what's up.
Okay. So he told me last week he knew what was going on. We'll find out TBD. But a couple big points Norn, first off, you start off, Norn is happy. She's figuring things out. And her and Rudy have a conversation. And they're just like, hey, like I want to like write a story about like, I want to tell Ruijerd's truth. And Rudy's like, funny enough, that was a goal of mine. Like I want to come up with a story to like say the Superbirds aren't bad people. And, I want to tell his story, but I don't know how to go. And he's got a couple stories. And Norn asked to help her. And, Rudy's like, you know what? Yeah, we could do that. We'll do that one day. And so, everything's good from that front. And basically, he's just living his day. He does like different things, whatever the case may be. And then one day he trains, he does everything normal, and he gets home from training and he sees Sylphie there. And Sylphie is with Aisha. And Aisha is like, tell him what you told me. Like, it's okay. You could tell him he's your husband. And Sylphie specifically says, like, hey, I've had my period in 2 months and I feel kind of weird. So I went with Aisha to the doctor and I'm pregnant. I'm preggers. And Rudy is shocked, astonished, because Rudy didn't anticipate having a kid with Sylphie. Because Sylphie's like, it's hard for me to conceive because I'm an elf, things like that. Nope. Rudy's got super sperm. He did it. He knocked her up. And basically, he has like, he's happy. He's super excited. Things are well. Like he's, things are really like, oh my God, I'm having a family. This is everything I want. I just need the rest of my family to come here. We can live as one happy family. And then the turning point comes via a letter. A letter comes from one of Paul's party. One of Paul's party says, trouble bailing out your mom. Send help is basically what the letter says. And Norn and Rudy especially are shocked. They don't know what to do. They're confused. And that night that he gets the letter, he sees the man god. It's the first appearance of the man god this season. And the man god, they have back and forth in discourse, and Rudy's his typical rude self now that he's like his normal, actual, like fat person, neat pervert self. And he basically like asked the man god, like, help me make a decision here because I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. And the man god tells him like, hey, no matter what choice you make, you're fucked. I'm telling you two things. I'm telling you, A, don't go save your mom. And B, you should stay here, wait for the next mating season, and lose to one of the girls. You'll find happiness by losing to one of the girls and fucking them and making them pregnant. But no matter what you do, whether you stay and you don't help your mom, or you leave your pregnant wife to go save your family, you're fucked. Life doesn't work out the way you want it to. Tough choices need to be made, and it's up to you to make the tough choice to what you think is going to be the most beneficial. But be warned, bad shit's going to happen if you go over to save your mom. And he's conflicted. He wakes up in a panic, doesn't tell Sylphie what's going on. But Sylphie kind of, she's not dumb. She figured out, like, you're thinking about the baby, you're thinking about the letter. Like, listen, I'll be fine. Go save your mom. I know how much you love your family, you love your mom. Go save your mom. And Rudy's like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay here with you. And so another person he consults is Zenoba. And he says, Zenoba, what would you do? And he's like, if it were me, I'd go save my mom. I'll take care of like everything you need to take care of here. I'll protect your wife, no problem. If you're up to me, I'd go and save your mom. But I'm not you. I'm going to respect whatever you need me to do. If you wanted me to come help you save your mom, I feel I'd be a hindrance, but I'm not going to tell you no. I'm just happy to serve you. You're my master. I'll do whatever my master says. But I think you should go, and I'll take care of the house here. And he's like, I appreciate the insight. And he speaks to Elenice. And Elenice is just like, yeah, like I'm going to go instead of you. I'm just going to break up with, what's his name? Ron or whatever the fuck. What's the guy's name? The other guy? Cliff. He's going to break up with Cliff. She's going to break up with Cliff and go help. And Rudy's like, no, don't do that. Like, that'd be fucked up. Da, 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 da. And then basically Elenice is just like, hey, he's got the makings of a monk. And I don't want to dissuade him from that. He'd be a great like monk, but I don't want to I'll just break up with him. It's all good. It's just the silly love that he had when he was 16. It's all good. But Rudy doesn't want to do that. So Rudy's still weighed down by everything. And one day he wakes up and he's just, thinking. He's sitting on his stool and he's thinking, and he sees Norn, and Norn tries to sneak out the house. Norn's got all of like her traveling gear, and she tries to sneak away, and she falls flat on her face. And Rudy's like, Norn, I know you want to go you want to help our mom, you want to save her, but you can't do anything. And Norn is like, well, if you're not gonna go, I'm gonna go, but somebody has to go. Somebody has to like help them and save them. Like, why won't you go? Why won't you go? And she starts crying, and it really puts that like thought and that impetus inside of Rudy, and is just like, fuck, I think she's right. And so he makes the tough decision. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna help them. I'm gonna bring everybody back. Want you to listen to Sylphie, help Sylphie, take care of my house, take care of our house, and things will be better. And Norm agrees, and the episode ends with Rudy stealing his resolve to go help his mom. Which, by the way, it's going to take him a year to get there.
Yep.
So we get the announcement immediately after the episode. By the way, in the next arc, they took a week off. So this week there is no jobless reincarnation. They took a week off because the week of, I believe, the 30th is when it comes out. The 31st is when it comes out. Is the Teleportation Labyrinth episode or arc? I'm sorry, Teleportation Labyrinth arc. So something with teleportation. He's going to be in crazy battles. Somebody's going to die. And I have a question because I've ruined something for myself. I ruined two things for myself Googling after this episode. I'm not going to say what they were. I do want to ask, do you know offhand what light novel they're on as the story stands?
I think they're like near the end. I think they're up to the epilogue.
Of the light novels?
Yes.
Okay, so then I already know.
I know the web novel. I know the web novel is done. The light novel is like close to done.
But there's still more to be had. I'm going based off of a certain character's death. That's why I was curious. A certain character dies at a certain light novel level, according to what I read. And I wanted to know where we're at in the light novels in terms of the story, so I know how imminent this person's death is.
I have no idea. The only thing I know about like main character deaths is that Mushoku Tensei follows Rudy's life. The series ends when he dies.
Interesting. My cats are going off. There's so much to unpack there. And I already know his two other wives. I already know some pieces of that. I've spoiled that for myself. Matt spoiled a piece for me. So, is what it is. All right. We've been on this show for 3.5 hours. Sean is going to hate us. So, it is what it is. Let's get to our main event. My sleeper of the season. A show that I think you appreciate very much so. And a show that I've been trying to champion in our group. Eat the Cake Anime. Cheap plug there. I want more people to watch this show because it's so good. So damn good. And so I chose this as a main event because normally when Matt or I are not on the show, we pick a show that's one of our singles normally that we champion as our main event. So this week's main event is Unnamed Memory. How do you feel about the show in general, Chris?
I'm liking it. It's not like I don't think it's at the moment one of my like tops, but it's pretty good.
Does it have a chance to be in your 13 somewhere?
Possibly. Hold on, let me take a look at my list and see what I have.
It'll probably be on your bottom end of the list because you're watching so much, and I think you like a lot more than this. But it's got a chance to be in your bottom 13. This so far for me is like solidly, I think, in my 10. Maybe upper portions of 10, but 10 nonetheless, I think, so far for me. It's in my top 10 that I would mention.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask that question before we go to, since we're at the midway point. But nonetheless, let's get to the review. Unnamed Memory. This week's episode is a fucking doozy. The episode starts off with Tinasha breaking Oscar's curse. She puts a curse over his curse, but basically suppresses the curse. Therefore, the curse is broken. So she's fulfilled her contract and she's broken the curse. And as things progress, things are well. And there's a moment later on in the episode where basically Tinasha asks Oscar on the side, like, hey, how do you feel about my dragon? Do you like my dragon? And he's like, yeah, your dragon's pretty cute. Like, he's cool. He's useful. And he's like, oh, I've been trying to transfer its ownership. Do you mind taking him? And he's like, why is that? And she's like, no reason. I just wanted to transfer the ownership. And Oscar's like, okay, well, that's fine. I'll take your dragon. So, snap of her fingers. Oscar's now the owner of the dragon, the master of the dragon. Tinasha proceeds to kiss Oscar. And Oscar's like, wow, this was unexpected. And Tinasha's like, I like to keep you on your heels. I like to keep you on your heels. And so the episode continues, and there's a ball, right? There's a big procession and ball for Oscar's father, the king, for his 53rd birthday. And things are going well. Tinasha takes a break away from everything, and she's in the courtyard, and she feels a premonition. She feels a feeling. And we learn this feeling is for a man named Lanark. And Lanark is
an asshole.
He is a complete and absolute asshole. He is the true head of what is it, Kalur or something like that? Like the mage.
It's the Mage Kingdom.
Yeah, the Mage Kingdom that we talked about. That was basically what's her face, the maid from the previous episode. So we find out that Lanark is the true head, and he's built this Mage Kingdom, and he's destroying other kingdoms around the kingdom or other cities around the kingdom. He's making it a generic.
We're getting Magi Kingdom of Magic fucking mage Nazis again.
Yeah. It's actually Lazar, Lanark. It's Lazar. But in any case, yeah. So, and we find out basically when we put two and two together, Lazar is the man whom basically mentally tortures Tinasha throughout the earlier episodes of the season. And so Oscar gets whisked away by one of the princesses, and the princess is trying to basically fuck Oscar. And Oscar's like, nah, I'm not really interested. Tinasha comes through the window and basically shoos this bitch. Like, be gone. I have business with Oscar. You're not welcome. You're not wanted. Fuck off. And she begrudgingly fucks off. And so Oscar and Tinasha have a conversation, and all of a sudden, Lazar makes a magical doorway and appears before him. And Tinasha basically goes over to Oscar and freezes Oscar, freezes his defensive ability, and freezes him where he can't make a move, he can't do anything. And we basically see Tinasha go off with Lazar. Tinasha says, hey, I fulfilled my deal. I'm no longer obliged to be by your side. Our contract ends tonight. I'm going with Lazar. Offers no reason, offers nothing. And Oscar is shocked and pissed off. He draws his sword. Lazar wants to kill Oscar in this vulnerable state. And Tinasha's like, no, don't kill him. He's not worth it. He's weak. He can't do anything. There's no point. Let's just go. And he goes and he gives Oscar a final look. And that's that. The next day, Oscar is furious. He is pissed the fuck off. And so he basically says, like, hey, I want to see Lucretia. I'm going to go see Lucretia. Lucretia appears before him like, hey, I saved you the trip. I'm here. I just wanted to see if the rumors were true. Wow, they're really true. And so Oscar asked Lucretia for the truth. What is the truth behind this whole madness? And Lucretia's like, that's fine. I'll tell you the truth, but only to people who are willing to die to basically change this truth. And so a couple people from his cabinet, they leave, and he's just left with his most trusted members of his like royal like army cabinet type deal. And she proceeds to tell the story. Earlier in the episode, Tinasha does tell Oscar, I was supposed to die 400 years ago, and gives no context. Lucretia's story gives the context. 400 years ago, Lucretia was a 13-year-old girl, and she was part of this like forgotten kingdom. And she gives her full name, and it's like 7 names. She's the princess. She ends up giving this long fucking name, and one of the guards was like, wow, that's the princess of the country that was destroyed 400 years ago. And they're like, yep, exactly. She was a 13-year-old princess. And unlike having royalty, like with monarchs with like lineage, like all of the monarchy is decided by power. by how much power you have. And from the time that Tinashe was born, she was whisked away from her original birth family. And raised in the royal grounds. That's how powerful she was. And so basically, we had Tinashe, and we had Lazar. Lazar and Tinashe were basically.
Lazar is the actual son of the king of the.
Yes, is the actual son of the king, and they basically get into like a forced wedding, right? A prearranged marriage. And so the thing though is Tinashe was infinitely more powerful than Lazar, and Lazar hated that. So much so that Lazar drugged Tinashe one day, brought her to a ceremonial altar, and basically had a bunch of high-level
stabbing the shit out of her.
Yeah, had a bunch of high-level mages perform a spell, and as the spell is being performed, he has to kill Tinashe and then revive her. But as he tries to kill her, he basically tries to steal her magical power. He stabs this woman in the stomach over 30 fucking times. Stabbing. Just stab the absolute shit out of Tinashe. But when they extract the power is so large, so incredible, so vast. And basically all the mages get blown away. Lazar gets blown away. And all that's left is Tinashe dying but not dead on the altar. Tinashe wakes up 3 days later, and all of her magical power.
She's awake during that entire time.
Oh, she's awake. That's right. She's awake. She's awake, but
she's suffering and she can't move.
Yeah, she's paralyzed and she feels all the pain from being stabbed over 30 times. And this magical power that tried to be extracted ends up destroying her whole kingdom. Creates Great 5 magical lakes, which we know now. And Tinashe wakes up and she's now a witch, and everyone she knows is dead. And so from this day on, as she became a witch, she's been looking for Lazar for some unknown reason. She built her castle on the furthest edge of what used to be that kingdom's territory. And now, for whatever reason, she's with Lazar. And so now we know the truth. Oscar's like, I'm going to kill this motherfucker, and I'm going to bring Tinashe back. Are you guys willing to come with me to kill this motherfucker? Yay, let's kill the motherfucker. Let's kill Lazar. And so that's that. It's settled. Oscar goes to his father, and his father says, we have to kill Tinashe. And Oscar's like, no, I will if I have to, but I don't want to kill Tinashe because there's more truth behind what we know. Literally his words. And his father is pissed off. His father's like, what the fuck? Are you an idiot? Like, what's going on?
Stop simping over this chick. She's not going to date you, dude.
Yeah, stop simping over her. But then Oscar's like, no, fuck you. Like, I'm going to do what I want. And so the king, his father, he smiles and says, you know what? All right, son, I believe in you. Do what you want. And Oscar's like, okay, I will. And then he says, but you'll do it as the king. I'm going to abdicate my throne and give you the title of king. And every decision you make surrounding this and henceforth is for the greater good of the kingdom. And you'll have to live with whatever happens. And Oscar agrees. And then as they have this, they receive a report basically that Lazar has killed he has his kingdom now. He's destroyed all the cities around it. And it's interesting because he's killed all these people, but the structures are the same. They don't destroy any structure in all these cities, but they make them disappear. All the citizens of these cities disappear. And they're saying the person behind the disappearances is Tinashe. And the episode ends basically with Tinashe looking down on a barren land, and Oscar is basically saying, like, I'm going to get this girl back. Incredible. This was an incredible episode for me.
It was a really good one.
Really fucking great episode. I cannot stress this enough, guys. This show is such a sleeper. I love the hell out of Unnamed Memory. This is my sleeper right now of the season. It's just, bro, it's a great adventure with a wonderful love story mixed in between. With magics and swords and bloods and dragons and shit. Like, it's fucking awesome. I love it. I fucking love it. But with that said, I think we're done finally after 3 hours and 43 minutes. I asked one more question of you, Chris. One of two questions. We're at the midway point of the season. We are officially halfway through spring. Give me a top 10 unranked. You don't have to rank them. Give me a top 10. Where are you at right now?
Top 10 of everything I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ranked, or it doesn't have to be ranked,
No.
or just give you 10 names.
Give me your top 10 unranked.
Fucking okay. Girls Band Cry.
Yep.
Date of Life 5.
Okay.
Fucking Windbreaker.
Okay.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Okay.
Fucking Ranger Reject.
Okay.
Maybe Mishoku Tensei. Slime Isekai. Arch Demon's Dilemma.
You're putting slime in there?
And I think I am.
Okay.
And maybe either Record of Shinra, either Train to the End of the World or Seiyu Radio for the 10.
Okay.
I think that's 10.
Damn, only like 2 or 3.
And Konosuba's like going in the middle somewhere. I completely forgot about Konosuba.
I know. I missed today's episode. Otherwise, we would have talked about it.
All right. To be fair, I don't like my fucking thing isn't finished. Like I haven't even started. I only have like a couple in top 10 done for my top 10.
I haven't. No, don't get me wrong. I haven't started this at all. It's just a midway question. I normally start putting my top 10 together around like 3/4 of the way through the season. I have most of my things done by then. So I know where things are, and then I just move them around as like things get progressively better or worse. So I'm the same way. I get that. My top 10 would probably be so far Kaiju, Jellyfish.
Oh, I forgot about fucking Kaiju.
I know. Kaiju, Jellyfish, Whisper, Demon Slayer should finish, but we'll see. I'm not going to put it out for one episode. Tsukimichi, Tadaima, Unnamed, Spice, Voice Actor, Konosuba. And I feel like I missed Bartender, I missed Mishoku, but I mean, TBD on some of these. And one of them I don't think I could qualify, actually. There's one of them. Actually, no, I can't qualify Spice. You're right. So Spice is out. Yeah, so then we'll go with, like I said, we'll go with Kaiju, Jellyfish, Love Song, Tsukimichi, Unnamed, Voice Actor, Konosuba, Bartender, and Jobless. That's my 10. But in any case, all right, we've kept you up long enough, and we need to go to bed, and we need to do this again some other time. So with that said, the cafe is closed. Chris, you want to give any final thoughts and any plugs?
I don't really do anything on my Twitter, so I'm not gonna. At Twitter at Chris Zephyr, spelled as it says on my name.
RYSZEPHYR for those not watching the live.
Yeah. And final thoughts. More people need to watch Girls Band Cry.
I would sell that too. I concur. Chris, much obliged. I appreciate the hell out of you being here, sticking with me for almost 4 hours.
Yeah, no problem. But if you're like hesitant to go fucking pirate hunting, just go on the YouTube. Go to YouTube, type in Girls Band Cry, and just listen to the music. You'll be sold right away. It
is incredible. It is really good music, no doubt.
Mm.
All right. With that said, we should cleared up the final plugs. You can follow me on my Twitter at SHOSTOPPA24. That's Showstopper24. You can follow me on my Instagram at Anime Daisuki24, ANIMEDAISUKI24. You can follow our Twitter at Otalku Cafe. And with that said, there's a little bit more. You can follow W2M Network, our host, at W2M Network. Much obliged to W2M Network and Sean for always hosting us. Much appreciated. You can follow them on Twitter. You can follow them on Twitch, and you can follow them on YouTube. Twitch and YouTube has our replays of our live events, or our live broadcast, so you can watch a replay of this wherever you want. You can listen to us on wherever you listen to your local or favorite podcasts: iHeartMedia, Apple, Spotify, Amazon. Just type in Otalku Cafe. You should find us wherever you want to find us on the Google machine. Also, shout out to Matt's people over at Chairshot Radio. Follow them at Chairshot Media. Chairshot, always use your head. And just as a reminder, you can follow, whenever you follow us, all of our places have link trees, so you can follow us wherever you want to follow us or whatever other personal endeavors we have. With that said, as we mentioned, the cafe is closed. Chris, much obliged. I appreciate the hell out of you for sticking with me for 4 hours.
Yeah, no problem.
And I believe that's it. Oyasumi nasai minasan. Goodbye, Sekai.
The sun goes to sleep, I find myself in a heap because it hurts so much to be away from you. It makes my day when I get a text from you, but still I say goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I see your face, but hey, it's fine. I know everybody needs a little space. There's no one to blame. Goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I hear your voice, but it's your choice. I can't keep you here forever. Just promise me that you'll come back.